And a very, very, very good afternoon to all of you. Wow. It's been a little while since
we've taken the class from here. It's my God, it feels so good, right? It feels like you're just back into a comfort zone. And guys, it's not been a comfort zone because today we are super excited, thrilled to present you because the hype we've been creating, it's real. That we've been working super hard since we came. Last 3 days we locked ourselves up and we are super proud to present to you what we are about to do today.
How many of you are joining in for the first time, and this is the first time we're looking at me or Niranjan? How many of the first time? Because I see a lot of old people, a lot of old students. Wow. So actually, this is going to be the last program of this year. We want to conclude this year with a beautiful program that helps you summarize the year, and that's why this is. Hence, it's a very big, for us, it is almost as important as Diwali. That's how important this workshop was for us. So I'm very excited to see, okay, I see a lot of new faces, a lot of old faces. Don't worry. What we are going to talk about today is probably something I have never seen in any webinar, any workshop. We have talked about habits, we have talked about it. But the way we are going to talk about today is going to be very unique. It's going to be very there. But before we start on, I want to have a quick check. First of all, turn on all your cameras. Second, you need some water with you. So I'm giving you 30 seconds. Go and grab a water bottle if you haven't. Quickly show me that you have your water bottles. Show me. Okay. Sonali, Priyanka, please turn on your cameras. Soumya, Nimisha, Pooja, Vidisha, Guha, all of you turn on your cameras. Tulsi, Juveria. It's probably almost the year is ending. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Each other. So today's class is about habits, but habits in a way that you have never experienced before. We are going to get deep dive into conscious living, a lifestyle, a choice, a kind of, approach to life. Okay? Life. But before we start, I am Sanchari.
Hope it's being recorded.
Yeah.
And I am Niranjan. You know us? Anyone here who does not know us has not
many of them are
any of our classes.
Times. So we will be talking about us in a little bit. Right now, it's all about you. We want to discuss more about you and tell us you have so much to share. But if you want to know about us, we are two people who fell in love with art and each other and decided that we want to take this joy, we want to take this to other people as well. And since then, it has started our journey to empower people. And this year has probably been one of our most fantastic years. Some of you have seen us grow from the beginning and all. And all the secrets and all the hacks that we compiled over this year, we want to share it with you. So do you want to learn?
Yes.
What? Do you want to learn those hacks?
Absolutely. But all right. So let's go. Let's go. Yes. Good to see you. Good to see so many of you who are part of the Delhi meetup is here. Shilpi, I heard about you.
Yeah, we missed you so much.
We missed you so much.
So Soulflow was on a mission to empower individuals, and all of the things that we did, including this webinar or the offline webinars, or even the 3-day retreat that's going to happen to Lonavala, is about helping you find your truly best potential.
Everything that we do is geared towards helping you reach your best potential. And that's what we are here for. So this is what we could accomplish the previous year. And we had the best part about this is that 1 year ahead, we had noted this in our vision board. We taught others how to do it as well. How many of you wrote things on your vision board and had most of them accomplished by the end of this year?
Yeah,
here is almost
many of all the platinum members have gone to a special vision board class with me, or you have attended the vision board class as part of this. Yes, Swapna has made her own vision board in the Bangalore class.
Yes.
So you know how much I am attached to the concept of vision board. There's one right in front of me and doing it. But when we sat down, we realized that what is it that was actually making our vision coming towards action. And that is what is going to be the core of this workshop as well. We want to make sure that no matter how 2023 went, at least 2024, you are geared up by success.
And you still have time, 1 month 2 months, almost 2 months are.
Absolutely. You know, if you think that planning for 2024 you will do on the 1st of January or 31st of December, trust me, it won't work. You need to have a plan ready that you can execute from the new year. Superb. So let's go with this. I have a lot of promises I'm making that this year is going to be, next year is going to be this. So let's go. First of all, I want you to take 2 sheets of paper from your notebook.
Okay, I want you to keep your book aside.
You can tear it, and I want you to take 2 sheets of paper from your notebooks.
And here's how you're going to make the most out of the class. Number one, as we tell, some of the things we're going to tell you that you have to do. But apart from that, as you sit through the class, you will hear that, okay, I could do this, I could do that. So you get a few insights on the things that you can do. You're going to have to note that, number one. Secondly, there are going to be a lot of wow moments. Now, what are going to be wow moments for you? I can't tell. Neither can she. Only you know what is mostly going to strike for you. So whatever hits the most resonance with you, at that point itself, note. Sit in the class with the entire awareness of taking notes. All right? Nobody's going to sit here just watching this like a movie, passively, you know, just sitting. Like,
it's all about action taking. Please come to this class with the feeling that you are going to take massive action today. You're not just going to sit, listen, absorb. You're going to take massive action.
Correct.
Comment in MA if you're ready to take massive action on your life right now today.
MA, massive action. Yes.
Massive action we are going to take today. It needs energy. So first of all, I want you to sit up straight in your chairs. Take a sip of water. Just get into the energy. Okay, just get into this and let's do. Okay, done. So 2 sheets, you keep it separately with your notebook. Yes, you will have to take notes. I want to see all of you turn on your cameras and take notes, guys.
And the reason we tell you to sit with your cameras on is then you're going to be present. You're going to be present and you have the feeling that you're being watched. So, you know, you can't just passively wing it. Because see, we are offering this class to you, and so many of you, for our previous community members, it's being complimentary for you. And for many of you who joined in for recently for B24, you might have joined in for a very, very small rate, like 199 rupees. But we are telling you what we are sharing here
is priceless. The class of this is, the price might be zero, value is going to be priceless. Correct. So take it like that. Another thing that I'm going to ask you to do to take better of this class, to make the most of it, is please don't take notes of everything I say. We will be sharing the absolute PPT with you. We will drop it in after the class ends. You can absolutely go through each of the slides on your own. So don't try to copy what is on the slides.
Exactly.
Write only the things that are appealing to you or are relevant to you, or you decide, okay, I want to make a change.
Okay.
You have this with you. Don't waste time writing down. Listen more. Active listening.
Yes. No, don't take notes like we are dictating to you. Take notes what means to you, because the entire PPT, the entire presentation, images, everything's already been shared to you. You can find it in the group description. So it's already there. Now, as you take notes, I just want to answer one other question. As you take notes, if you're writing it in loose papers, you're just going to throw it after this and you don't know. Even if you're writing in papers or in a book, keep in a place where you can always go back to it.
All right.
Let's go.
So let's go. Please be active listeners. Probably this is what you can write on your notebook or on the things. Active listening, where you are listening, and then, you know, we'll talk more about this in the second half. Okay. So cameras, notebook, pen, put your phone on silent. This is very important because, right, think of this as if when you're in a live class, it would be very rude to take a call or to get up, right? So you keep your phones on silent. Done?
Trust me, guys, nothing that you talk, nothing else can be much more important than your life, right? You're doing this for your life. So nothing is more important than that. Keep your phone on flight mode, silent, whatever.
Okay.
Be unavailable. Yes.
So, first of all, there has been a large trend. There has been this appearance of peak performance coaches in the industry, because many people feel that they are not working on their current stage. They would like to do better. There has been this rising need of peak performance coaches or working on peak performance. How many of you have heard of this term peak performance and want to achieve it? Comment in P. How
P.
many of you want to achieve a peak performance in your life?
Comment in P or PP if you want.
Want to be in the top 2%. You want to be the efficient like the leaders of the industry do. How many of you want to, live your life with a very high frequency, live your life on a high performance, constant state of elevation? Super. So peak performance, peak performance is essentially a phrase that says you are at your peak of your performance. Name is very self-explanatory. You are at your height of performance. You are utilizing 100% of your brain.
Nothing much. Or hypergrowth. This is one of the second most common terms. Hypergrowth, right? It's no longer super growth. It's
growth in all 10 areas of your life, exponential growth, your graph going extra zoom to it. How many of the people want this hypergrowth?
Even we spoken about this in
level 10 life, in 10 areas of your life, you want growth, you want an accelerated growth.
Comment in HG.
Yes, hypergrowth.
Hypergrowth, right? HG, hypergrowth.
Want to find that one, you're always wondering and thinking, what is it that the others do that I am not doing? What is it that's success? And you have clicked on YouTube videos, or you have seen ads, or you have gone for things like this.
The three-step template, 4-step framework.
How many of you have tried to find a solution with this?
Yes. Yes.
Something to just make life easier, some answer, yes?
Yes. We all look for it, right? I mean, we constantly feel the need that we have to grow because it's a part of human nature that we have to grow, and we just can't stay in the one place. So most of you would have answered yes to all three, right? Yes. So
my deep apologies. This is not that kind of a workshop. This is not a rat race workshop where we are doing the same things others are doing. In fact, me and Niranjan have a very big aversion to the whole word peak performance or hypergrowth.
So we want to tell this to you because every time when a concept of peak performance, hypergrowth, high performance, all these are marketed to you, it is always said in the sense that you can escape the rat race. Escape the rat race, be the 1%. Correct? This is what is often said. Now the problem is that as you go into the whole race of peak performance, hypergrowth, then once again, you are yet again just being in yet another race, perhaps with no real opponent. The problem here is that all of these terms, peak performance, all of these performance are all compared. It is like you're compared with someone else. When you say you want to be in the 1%, you're comparing yourself to rest 99%, and that's how you can be in the 1%. Right.
So, for example, let's do a quick experiment here. Everyone's goal in life is to reach somewhere, okay? Correct. You want to reach a place with better money. You want to reach a place with better, family relationships. You want to reach a place better. Now tell me, if there is one path that gives you the shortest and easiest route versus a path that is longer and has more turns, which one would you take, A or B? What is it that as a goal when you choose your goals and all, you would rather want to take a complex way, or would you like to take the simple way? Very simple question this is. I'm just asking you, what approach do you want to do with your goals? Right? Most of you have commented A. Now tell me one thing. None of you asked me, why is B more complex route? What is it in that B is it there? Now perhaps in this case, you reach the quickest and the fastest. But in this, maybe on the route, you meet more interesting people. Maybe there are 3 restaurants on the way that have the best food in the world. Maybe on this route, there is, more learning, more experience. So maybe the route here is longer. Maybe the route here is a little more complex than the simple straight one. But it might have better experiences. Yes? How many people have never thought of this way? So whenever you see these coaches or you see a ad or you see into it, the shortest, quickest way to do something, lose your weight in 3 months. Rather than that, wouldn't you like to say, I want to have a healthy lifestyle? Correct. Rather than saying, I want to learn, I want to stop binge shopping. I want to have a lifestyle where where I buy only what is necessary.
See, in marketing, this is thought that an offer sounds good when you are showing a desired result and the time and effort needed for it is much less. That's why lose 20 kilos in 1, 2 months looks so appealing to us.
Maggie is telling us in so long 2 minutes. It never takes 2 minutes, but people buy because 2 minutes is there.
Correct, correct. So this is shortcuts and hacks. This is the reason why most of them never work, because it is all about just, you're just looking to just quickly get it done with rather than actually creating the results.
And maybe in some parts, the shortcut, this quick work works. Follow a rule book, do tuck, 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 and you get there. Correct. But in some things, you have to give it a more holistic approach. You have to approach it more in the long term. The journey, yes, the joy is in the journey. Sure. And that is why most habits fail, because we are constantly focusing on what will happen when I achieve it. The steps taken towards it, we don't find joy in it. And that is why we lose interest in it. We pick up, say, I want to study for an exam. Our goal is, I want to clear that exam. Our goal is not that I want to have a holistic habit of reading every day for 10-15 minutes. People always say, I want to finish reading. I want to read 20 books. Nobody says, I want learning as a consistent part of my daily routine because that makes me better.
Yes. I want to read one book so well that I can actually implement and make changes to our lives.
Right? And this is a very big, so if all of you have resonated with this in the wow moment, you can write this. I am in for the big run. I am in here for the big picture. Right? So always remember that when you go into the shortest and fastest method, there is a very big chance you are missing out your essence. You might reach the destination very fast, but you might not enjoy the view so much. You might not see the best view, and as well as you might have lost an opportunity to learn. So my first very thing is, do not be afraid of taking it time, or do not be afraid of taking it a little longer. Okay. Now, the second part of this is we all talked about peak performance, and you will see this peak performance going a long way into this. By the way, just one thing. Does anybody know what is the word of the year this year? The word of this year, the Oxford Dictionary word of the year. Anybody can guess? It's not peak performance. It might be the next time. Anybody? So yes. The word is AI. Artificial intelligence, AI. AI was the most searched and most read about the word, and this entire PPT, all the graphics have been actually generated with AI. Okay, just wanted to mention since somebody asked me about the PPT. So what after the peak? Now the problem with this peak performance thing is when we talk about peak, when we talk about it, it is a singular point.
Yes, the problem here is that when you are trying to reach the peak of something, like first of all, you're considering yourself like a machine that's supposed to be calibrated, that's supposed to be in a certain way in comparison to others, and you're just reaching a point. Now, but what happens after the point? How many of you have ever noticed that right after the point comes the fall, starts the fall? We are aiming for the peak in our lives, but rather, what should we really aim for? Shouldn't we rather aim for a steady growth, a consistent high, rather than reaching the peak followed by a fall, and then again another peak followed by the fall? Yes? So that's first. Secondly, who decided what is the peak? When we were in high school, when we were in primary school, we wanted to be like the topper Arjun, who was the fastest runner, who was also the topper in the class, scored math, highest in maths, was teacher's pet. We were compared, right? At some point, all of us have been compared to others, either by our parents, and we ourselves often compare ourselves to others. Why he's doing it? Why am I not able to do it? It's always comparison.
And the biggest source is Instagram or Facebook.
Yes.
We see at people a perfect life and then we start comparing. What is it that I am missing? Why is my life not there? How many people are in this trap?
Be honest with us, guys.
You
Be
look
fully
at
honest.
people, you look at their lives and you are like, there's something missing in my life.
Something in me. See, there is nothing wrong to be ambitious. We are super ambitious. There's nothing wrong to be wanting more. But the problem here is that you taking borrowed dreams, you looking someone do it, and then saying, I also want it.
I'll give you an example. You are probably running a race. You are working very hard. Every day you are getting into a marathon. You run into a race and get fast. But what if your true skill is swimming? You don't even belong in this running race. You are preparing yourself and doing it because that's what society has told you. Ki this is the race that we have to run in.
It is also said in another way that the worst part is not being able to climb the ladder. The worst part is climbing the ladder and realizing that you're leaned against the wrong wall.
Exactly. So this is another thing that I want you to be very open and to clear this idea is, are the dreams that you are seeking, chasing, pursuing your dreams?
Is this something that you truly want, or is it because others have told you that this is the right way to go? This is what you should be doing. Are you still at age 50 living like you were in 5th standard?
And this goes both ways. Do you want to be an influencer? Do you want to start your Instagram, or do you spend time on Instagram because that is what others are doing, or is it truly something you believe in? So don't borrow someone's dream, whatever dream that people, are taking. And I'll tell you why this hits. So when me and Niranjan made our vision board, we were revising it again and we realized so many of the things like I want to be Forbes 30 under 30. I want to give a TED talk. These were part of it because they sound very nice. And I'll tell you a biggest proof, everyone's vision board. I have taught vision board to close
so
to
many people.
Now 10,000 people. Everyone's vision board used to, in the stand when I started, had one beautiful home with a garden, one vacation, one swimming pool, one car. How can everybody's vision board, everybody's dream have the same approach to it? Do you realize it? That's because we have been told. Oh, remember, when I asked you to draw a home, you will all draw that one hut with 2 clouds and somehow V-shaped birds. I don't know why we made V-shaped bird and S-shaped bird. But nobody, most of the people have never even seen a hut like that. Why are we drawing it? Because it is somebody else's drawing, somebody else's dream. And that is what your subconscious has been teaching you and telling you. So don't borrow someone else's dream.
If this is a wow moment for you, let us know.
And write it on your page. Don't borrow someone else's dream. In India, everything is given of ऐसे बड़े भाई का कपड़ा, then छोटे भाई का कपड़ा, then kitchen का कपड़ा, then पोछा. Dreams are also like this.
I love that thing.
So, are you ready to brave it out? Stand out from the crowd and explore your inner space. Not your outer space, but your inner space, who you truly are. R, give me an R. Yes.
R.
We will be talking a lot about energy in this class, and energy is very needed. More than you're listening, more than this, you will need a lot of energy. And one way to put energy into process is the physical energy. Type it out, show it, give me a thumbs up. Yes. I'm looking at each one of you.
Stay energetic.
So a very, very, very warm welcome to conscious living. Now, I know the term conscious living must be very new to all of you. For most of you must have heard it for the first time. But don't worry, that the reason why this is, you haven't heard it because it sounds very fancy, because it sounds very this, but in simple terms, and I'm going to break down conscious living for you today. It is the superpower of choice. So I told you today's class is going to be about habits, but we are not going to talk about those 5 habits like wake up at 5 a.m. or, journal every day. Those are things we are taking that as adults you have to do, and those are all in your subconscious.
Correct. These are not like simple, just chota habits that you just do unconsciously, but rather we're going to talk about more about a basic approach to life. Habits in the way that we are defining it and we are going to share it is not about simple actions, but it is more or less your approach towards the actions that you're taking in life.
163 people of you are here. Everybody of you knows what are the good habits you have, what are the bad habits. Yes. Correct. You know, if you are eating a burger, you are eating it, but you know it's a bad habit. You know you need to leave sugar. You know you need to exercise. You know it. The problem is not knowing what are the habits you should follow. The problem is I start following my habit, but I fail in the first phase itself. The consistency, yes, agrees. So nobody needs to tell you that these are the habits you need to follow. You wake up when you want to wake up, which is important for you. You want to brush your teeth, not brush your teeth. Those are your habits. But the problem is how to approach them. And that is what conscious living is. We will be telling you about how to build a mindset, how to build a lifestyle such that you never fail at being consistent with your habits. Correct. Is that a secret you would like to know?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready. Now ready.
Do you think most of your problems will be solved if you know just this one secret of doing it? So it's not one secret. It's a whole lifestyle. It's a whole approach to things.
Well said, Rohan. This is a workshop on a way of being rather than a way of doing. We'll be explaining the difference between the both as we go.
It is the superpower of choice. The choice to build your own dreams, the choice of your actions, all of this.
Let's go.
So can anyone read this? Anyone, can you give me a chance to read this? Just you can share it in the group. Also, just raise your hand. I'll give you a chance to read this. Wants to do it? You can share it in the group also. Okay. Agneev, you can read this because Agneev is coming after a very long time and he was not well. Agneev, I'll share the screen. You can read it out.
Hi. Hello, everyone. Yeah. Conscious living is a lifestyle driven by the intention to bring attention to your inner space and to use that awareness to make purposeful choices.
Yes, I think your voice broke.
Can I repeat it again?
Just repeat it again, yeah.
Okay. Conscious living is a lifestyle driven by the intention to bring attention to your inner space and to use that awareness to make purposeful choices about how you show up in the society and life.
Thank you so much, Agneev.
My pleasure.
It's Agneev's birthday also this month, so it's nice. So anyways, guys, how many of you truly did not understand this? And put in NU if you did not understand this. Be honest.
It sounds fancy.
I will tell you, when I started, when me and Niranjan were researching this and I started looking for conscious living definitions, this is what came to me. And that's when I realized, when I saw on the net, this is why nobody knows about this wonderful approach to life, this wonderful thinking, because it's been written in such complex lines. But here we are to simplify this approach to your life, this approach to this. Consciousness is the new cool. Inner peace is the new success. Kindness is the new beautiful. How many of you like this? I can see Surya going, wow. Take a screenshot of this, you're doing it. If you want, you can take this at home. So consciousness is the new cool, which means, so what is consciousness? Now let me explain to you. Consciousness is just awareness. It is awareness of every action you do, of every thought you have, and matching your thought with your actions. For example, like I said, many of you went wow to realize that some of your dreams might be borrowed. That is lack of consciousness. You don't know you are following something without knowing it. For example,
let's see, as we are mostly speaking about the concept of borrowed dreams here, let's pick one of the most common things. So how many of you here have been told that after school, you're supposed to do engineering or medicine? How many of you have been told this? Yes? Engineering or medicine? Yes? How many? I mean, we have nothing against engineers and doctors. I am alive because of doctors. But of course, if this is something that you did not want to do and you were forced into it, then you realize the pain that it cost you then. So see, this is exercising consciousness on a very fundamental level. This is exercising consciousness. You're realizing that this is a choice. that I want, and this is a choice that I don't want. And you can exercise consciousness on a very, very smaller and simpler levels. Like even in the day-to-day interactions that you're doing, the day-to-day interactions with your partner. Let's say something happens and an argument is set off. A person who's conscious can decide how to respond to it, how to de-escalate the situation, or how to, just overall be there, be present.
Each one of you who's joined this class today is conscious because you know that you want to improve.
Correct.
You have realized deep inside that there is a better potential in you and you are ready to willing to make work in it. Yes. So you have seen in yourself itself that there is a higher being to you in this. You are meant to be on a higher level. How many of you have felt this? Yes.
Yes.
That is consciousness. And trust me, you look around you, there are so many people who don't even realize they need to change. You see all your, relatives and all bitching about people all the time, living in miserable state. Only purpose in their life is to create kalesh or create problems in their house. They don't feel a need to change or work on themselves. They are not conscious yet. So are you understanding everybody? Anybody still not understood? Being consciousness now, how to do it is other part of it. But for example, you need to lose weight. There is a consciousness into it. Maybe you are failing to do it. Maybe you are doing it, but you know that you need to stop eating chips to do this. Yes, that is consciousness. Okay. So Snigdha, a very good question. Awareness, they say, ignorance is bliss rather than doing it. But it is up to you. If you rather want to be, just live in your comfort zone, not discover who you want to be. But if there is you, and it's a personality type, many people get satisfied very easily. Jo hai, jaisa hai. But if you are a person who has hunger, who has, wanting to get there, for you, this will be a blessing.
So in short, consciousness is the ability to exercise choice in every aspect, every decision of your life. How many of you think that's super cool? That's the superpower that you truly
need. I'll give you an example. When you are given, like somebody asks you, pick up a sweet. Okay, if there is laddu khalo hamare office mein, it's Diwali, pick up a nice laddu. You know you are on a diet. You know it. But at that time, there will be a very strong force in your body saying, no, pick up that laddu. Eat it. Eat it. You will feel as if entire body. Have you felt that force? Have you felt it? It's digging so deep, you doing it. That is what, having strong consciousness is not letting that force go up. Have you somehow felt that you feel completely paralyzed, that force takes you? Correct. Be it eating something.
Hey, it could also be because of a pressure that, hey, log kya kahenge?
Or by buying, or by pressing click on buy on something, lighting that cigarette. Every time you're doing this, consciousness gives you the power to control this urge, to give time between us, to be able to tell, no, if I eat this right now, I will not do this. Do you want this power? That is what conscious living is. You have this power to control. Otherwise, you are saying that I have no power over my body. Dairy milk dekh ke, I lose my power, my body controls me. Who is controlling you? It is you only.
This power.
So you need to be aware of this. Now, one thing about this is, conscious living is neither spirituality, it's neither scientific, it's an intersection of both. Okay, so you can see it in a way of the way the gurus or the mystics talk about as consciousness, your inner being, who you want to be, or have a higher power. Or being conscious can mean the scientific version of, how your brain is divided into subconscious, unconscious, and conscious minds. You can take it anyway. But the simplest and the easiest way to grasp it is just a heightened awareness.
Correct. So, like I said earlier, it is number one, awareness of the options you have. Number two, the ability to exercise those choices in your life. These are the two aspects of it.
So, conscious living states that there is an inner code inside you. Certain things that are, have you noticed, some things are very enjoyable to you, some things you will not do even if 100 people tell you, even at your work. For example, documentation might be really fun for you, but talking to people is hatred for you. Where does all these unique attributes, unique DNA, unique characteristics, personality comes from? It's part of your inner code. You have defined inside you a set of things. This thing I like, this thing I don't like. When brain approaches something you like, brain gives a happy response. When you approach something you don't like, brain gives a thumbs down. That is essentially how your brain works, right? You have told it, these things I like, you have compartmentalized things, correct?
Correct. So even amongst us, we both work so well because we both have very complementary strengths in this aspect. For example, Sansari is the one who's innovative, who comes up with ideas. She's great with people. And me, on the other hand, is someone who is best when given a set of responsibilities and can ensure that it gets done. We both have very complementary strengths in this sense. And we are at our best when we are given this responsibility. You give me some new idea to create, mera maut aa jata hai.
And you give me something routine to do, mera maut
Maut aa jata hai.
It's the same. Where are you learning this Hindi from? I don't know.
You, I have a teacher.
So, anyways, this is what I'm saying. Everybody has an inner code inside you. That code determines how you will react to a stranger. That code determines what will you eat today. That code determines your success, everything. Yes? So there is a code inside you. We are getting into it now. So now conscious living is all about your actions with your inner code. So that is what happens is somehow, if I personally believe inside me that I don't need that much money. I am happy with my money right now. So if I'm in a job and every month I have to, fill up for KRAs, I have to work on it, I will not be able to do it. Okay. Because deep aligned, my inside says I don't need money. Then how am I, every day pushing myself to get in money? Right? So this is one example of this. When your actions need to be very aligned with it. I am a person who deeply believes that raat ko mujhe Netflix at least half an hour dekhna hai because I deserve it. But I am trying to wake up in the morning also. There's not an alignment. Because deep night, I believe that I should have night for me. By the way, it's called revenge procrastination. When you are up at night and you're scrolling and you're just watching because that's the only time I get alone. How many of you have faced this? At night, after everybody slept, you pick up your book, you pick up your Netflix, and all night you are doing it because that's the only time I get it. So, this is what you truly believe in. But whereas otherwise, in soul flow classes, what are you saying? Ma'am, I want to be a morning person. If you want to be a morning person, then you have to believe in it.
Hey, the important question is, do you even want to be a morning person is the first question. So we'll be answering all those questions as we go forward. Very first thing is that your brain, we want you to stop living unconsciously. Now that conscious and unconscious is set very, very clear. Number one, we want you to stop living unconsciously.
We don't want. Your brain wants you to stop living unconsciously. Whatever choice you make, whatever you make, it gets you there. Because just now that I'm telling you, it will seem very rare. For example, you see an ad on Facebook on some clothes. Okay, some shopping is there. It has come in a very bright ad. Or even Zomato comes in and says, so Sanchari, you need to order this right now. You're about to click. You know butter chicken has so many calories, it's there. But you can't click in it. You end up clicking it. Right. Who is this that is making you click this? Who is this? It is you only. You will constantly say, yaar, I could not control. People, who are lazy, they say, I don't know, yaar, I can't do it. Where is this? Who is this person?
There is also another term for it. It is called compulsiveness. So compulsive behavior is when you're behaving based off a fixed set of patterns over which you have no control of. So just pick the same butter chicken example Sanchari gave. When that moment comes, it might be just for a moment or two. At that point, it's almost like you have no control over your life. You have no control over anything. It's like some inner force is forcing you to behave in a certain way. And the same thing, someone tells you something offensive, and it might not even be. It might just be a happy comment. It might just be an innocent remark, but it is triggering you to a memory in the past that you don't like, and then you react with uncalled for aggression. How many of you have faced this before? Even I do this at times. I know this. I know that I have this compulsiveness in me at times. Yes. So, see, this
So yeah, so compulsiveness and all of it is this is your brain wants to be in control all the time. It does not want you to let go of the car and doing it. It's like saying, just imagine if you run into an accident, you say I was driving, but at the critical moment somebody else came, took the really steering in their hand and they did the accident. I did not do it. Is that it? You were on the steering all the time. It's your life and it. I will tell you one thing that really clicked into my mind, and me and Niranjan said to all of it. All your dreams are yours. Nobody else has any responsibility, power, or desire to make them come true. Your dream will come true with your conviction, with the way you behave with it. So everything that your dream doesn't come true is a fault of you, not your circumstances, not your relationships. Please understand that, okay? I know it's going to be hard truths, but your dream is yours. So your brain wants you to stop reacting unconsciously and compulsively. And the most important is reactively. Okay. Here, it's a very important difference to understand the difference between reaction and respond. All of us live on this autopilot and we are taught to respond to things. To react to things. First thing that comes to our mind, we do that. Right. We are going through, stress ho raha hai, let's light a cigarette. Stress ho raha hai, let's order something. That is reacting to it.
Problems happen in office without even thinking about the root cause. Let's just firefight right now, then and there.
Let's send an angry email right now. Let's send it. Let's get on there. Let's question my partner. I told you to do that. Let's get into that whole stage. Yes? That is reacting. You are simply getting that set of input. The body ka jo first response aaya, your unconscious mind does it. Because that's what you have been doing. That's what you have seen your parents do. That's what you have seen your family do. Many times have you realized something comes out of you and you are like, oh shit, this is exactly what my mom used to say. Or this is exactly what that aunt said. That is your unconscious response. It is something that has gone into you.
I'll tell you how deep rooted this can go, and sometimes even without you realizing it. I used to be extremely lean, and then after a while I got onto a weight gaining phase. And now when everyone sees me, the first thing, especially the relatives and friends who knew me back then, when they see me now, the first reaction when they first see me is, oh Niranjan, you got on fat. Oh Niranjan, you got on fat. Now it annoyed me at first, and then after a while a few days later, when I met a friend of mine, out of the blue, I caught myself say this. Hey, dude, you become bigger. And then I went into shock, like, what just happened? This is not me. You realize how deep-rooted this can go and how these conditioned behavior patterns can just come to you without you even realizing.
That is you listening to your subconscious mind. So when you are spending, when you are doing these come out. That's why conscious living is so important. You are doing exactly the things you want to do. Correct. Not what has been taught to you, not what has been conditioned to you, not whatever things you believe and you want to do. So, the power of choices. So, for example, a very good example I can give you in reaction and reacting to mental health is you're having a phase, okay? You just went through a crisis, you were triggered by something and it just has happened to you. It happens to me very often. 2-3 days back, I was going through it. Reacting to it would be, let me get into bed, let me start scrolling, the immediate comfort thing that I know to do. Or, ordering from somewhere, or, whatever destructive habit that you usually associate with it, you start doing, lie down in bed. Responding to it would be, oh my God, I know that something is going wrong. Before it escalates, let me get the appropriate help. Let me reach out to my friends. Let me start journaling. Let me start building this. Isha, if you are here, she is the one who has been showing me this. I have seen so much changes into her with this simple change with this. Whenever I tell her, whenever you get a trigger, whenever you know it's going to get there, before it escalates, you take 2 steps back, take a deep breath and think, what is the immediate step that I can do to do this? And then go back to it. The first step should not be a survival situation where you go back to bed and you do it. You feel it, right? Many of you have faced it, unable to wake up in the morning because of this deep emptiness inside you. You felt that right? So this is one way to do it. Critical thinking helps you distance this place between you. Okay.
So we looked at, so as we did this, how many of you think we are, it's already, this workshop is massive and we are reaching to.
And you're sold by conscious living, that you understand this is something that you want. Yes.
Yes. How many? Yes, this is massive. Even if you've been in our classes before, you know that this is something, oh my God, this is something I've never heard this before, right? So we were researching, we were looking into the lives of most successful personalities like we always do. And we noticed that what separated them from the rest of us, the ones who faced failures in the past and came up from them. Walt Disney, it is said that at one point he was so broke he had to eat his dog food. He couldn't afford. He had to eat dog food. Sylvester
J.K.
Stallone.
Rowling was a waitress. And she got it.
Sylvester Stallone was so broke at one point he had to steal his wife's jewelry and sell his dog. So despite all of this, they still come back. They still rise up. And what separated them from the most of us who tend to give up? It is this power of choice.
In order to get something you have never got before, you also have to do something you have never done before, right? But the same thing se to same result hi aayega. You have to do something new to get in something. What is that new thing you will do? How will you do it? How will you get the strength to do it? Is what conscious living is about. It's just a fancy name. You call it awareness, you call it knowledge, you call it whatever your term is. Don't go by the term. It is just an approach to life of questioning things. Why do I want this? What do I get out of it? Why is getting married important to me? Is getting married a question for me? Why do I want to join Soul Flow? Is it important to me?
Do I have to have a second child? Is it something that I want, or is it something that my in-laws are forcing me to?
This is a magical site which gives you often think, na yaar, that person is so intuitive, they are able to see, always guess the right things. Or you look at people and go like, this person, has so much guts that they're able to do it. This person, all these people are driven by purpose. They know what they want to do and they make sure they do it. Most of us, I can tell you very confidently, are failing in your goals because you don't know what are your goals. They are half-heartedly on the paper goals that you have written, maybe borrowed from somebody. Somebody told me that I need to travel a lot because traveling is there. Sab travel karte hai, wanderlust tattoo I will also get into. Everybody says buying an Apple phone is the dream. I also want to get it. Yeah. So it starts from there. So it's a heightened awareness. And it is not, you can see it in spiritual powers in saying that your consciousness is elevated, you are risen, you know more, you have approached the ancient secret. Or on scientific terms, your brain has got sharper. By exercising it more, by inflating, the neurons and all have fired up and you are more smarter as a person to be able to calculate things.
Fired and fired.
Which approach you like, you choose it. You want to go to the spiritual way or you want to go to the science way. It is your inner code again that makes you inclination. I believe in the power of manifestations. No, I believe in the power of journaling. All who you are as a person.
What we are trying to do here is we are trying to bring the best of both to you. And we realize that it's inseparable. They are inseparable. And we'll be explaining, we'll be going in depth about this as we go forward in the class. So
the principle number one, this all I want you to write in there. It is not to be in the top 2%. All these things, all these claims, be the top 2%, be the best person, this does not work.
Eliminate the borrowed dreams. Principle number one. What are our dreams? I really want you to, after this class, I want you to sit down and audit all the things that you've written that you want and ask yourself, is this something that I want? Is this something that I have decided, or is this something that I'm doing to get the approval of someone else?
Meanwhile, please take a little water break. We have been in this class for almost an hour. It seems longer. So much has been given. Have a sip of water.
So Jahnavi, of course, we'll be answering these questions as we go forward. Very, very good question. It all comes down to self-awareness, understanding your values, and raw experience. We will be doing it on Saturday. More of this on later. Please have a sip of water. Go forward. Principle 2. Do not chase high performance. But instead, be
high on life. Chasing high performance, every day waking up and saying, today I'm going to make my day very productive. Today I'm going to get the most of this day. Rather than this chase on, I'll give you an example. Waking up in the morning and thinking, yes, I am one day closer to achieving my goals, versus waking up in the morning and doing, wow, I'm so excited to live today. I'm going to live the best of my life. So grateful.
So Raki, don't worry, the entire slides, everything will be again shared for now. Whatever you can note down. Note.
Yeah. Okay, so you realize that the second principle talks about is how you have to be, the joy is in the journey. Do not live in the terms of that I have to, live a high performance. I have to be a person who becomes a super mom. I have to be the best person at work. I have to be those Instagram moms who spend 8 hours in the office, then come back and doing it. Don't chase that. Chase that I want to have a happy lifestyle. At the end of the day, I want to sit in back, drink a cup of tea, smile, and look back to it.
Because that's what matters, guys. Happiness. Principle number 2, be high on life.
Me and Niranjan tell that, you people look so happy together. What drugs are you taking? Our drug is life. We wake up so excited. There's a bliss to this. We wake up, we genuinely like this life that we have. And that is a feeling that we want all of you to have. And it's not that it's easy. Since the past 2 months, we have been firefighting. We went through a lot of our FB ads stopped working. We went through a loss of 3 lakhs. We were like barely able to give salaries. It was a very harsh time for us. Even mental health wise, we were going through a challenge. But we know that all of this is such a part of our life and a big lifestyle that we were still looking forward to it.
Right.
It's a great thing to be able to be high on life, and that's what we want to teach you.
Principle number 3. This is going to be a mind-blowing moment for a lot of you. We all heard about success, right? Success. You should have to be successful. Seek to be significant, not successful.
This, I will tell you the biggest reason, the biggest answer to this is when you ask, these celebrities have everything, why are they still unhappy? Deepika Padukone is the most beautiful person in the world. Why is she still unhappy? Right. Why is this person talking about mental health? They have money and all of it. They have success. Majority of people earn a lot of money as success, but they don't know what it is that they're still missing. And that is why the hunt begins, build bigger homes, build bigger things. They're trying to buy a certain for it because they don't feel that their work has been significant enough. Whereas you think of a housemaker, a homemaker, most homemakers, our mothers were very happy living with their life like this because they believe they've made a significant change in the society by bringing someone, building up. So it is all about the significance you create and you make. Success will not give you as much as happiness in doing it. For example, with me and Niranjan, if we terms in success, we have been moderate successes so far. We have not been able to generate as much wealth as our peers have, or we are not even able to, like most of our people tell us, why do you charge only 25,000, 30,000, go to 60, 70? We've not been able to do any of it. But we know the impact we have been able to create. So many of you coming here. Surya is here, Priya is here. I know all of you personally. Aditi has been there in the beginning. What drives us.
When we did our Delhi offline meet, we were so touched that people were ready to travel overnight buses to just see us, spend some time with us because we know we are doing some work of significance, and that is what matters more than everything else. You're impacting lives, you're changing lives.
You've realized all these famous people, celebrities, once they become very big, they start talking all about family. They are all about family is the most important thing. Once they've gone through the hustle phase. Why? Because that's when they realize that they have earned a lot of success, but what significance do they have in the people's lives? What is the legacy they are leaving behind?
And that is also why so many wealthy people get into charity, because they also want to feel that they are creating some change,
legacy for themselves. So be significant. Principle 4 is similar. Do not look for hustle. Seek to be impactful. What this means is many of us want to be an entrepreneur. Many of us want to be Instagram creators. All of this because we like the hustle, the whole joy of being called a entrepreneur, being called a star, being called a coach, that is there. That should not be your driving force. Your driving force should be, I want to help people. For example, Surya here is trying to become a coach. She is going through mentorship. She's going to work with us also and turn with us. It's been this. Her is not that I want to be a busy coach who earns. Her entire thing is, I want to change the lives of people. Right? So seek to be impactful. Don't achieve, thrive. This is also very similar to this only. Don't live from one achievement to another, because that's how you're going to burn out. Ab ye ho gaya, what next? Ab ye ho gaya, what next? Rather think of each day as a new experience to this. Don't count ki there are 10 days to go before I get my license or before I do it. Every day is one step happiness. Okay, live one day at a time.
Day at a time. So 5 mind-blowing points. All of it has been shared to you. You can check in the WhatsApp group. It is being shared. I'll just share. I'll be dropping them in the Platinum group as well. All right.
Okay, please have a sip of water. Can you get me also a sip of water? Sure. Okay, so take a break. Meanwhile, this is almost half time. So if you have any questions, if you have in it, I would like you to tell it. I want all of you to share later in this. What are those exact wow moments that want for you? And you will see everybody has different list of moments that touched. Nice, Janvi, nice. So conscious living gave us everything. So now I'm going to share my story, but this is not my story. This is a story of all of you. I want you to, while I tell you this entire, illustrate you this, I want you to go through and think at every point, at every junction in your life, how have you made a change? And what could you have done to make a better conscious living? I will try to illustrate you the difference that it comes when conscious living enters to your life. When you start approaching a life of asking why, how, what, when, then, and a lot of questions get answered. For example, should I stay with my husband? Should I leave with my husband? Where should I be in this? This conscious living helps you ask these questions. For example, why is being married important to you? Is it because you truly love that person, or is it because you want to say, society, what will society say? Okay, so all about all of this. Thrive. Okay, thrive means enjoying life as it is. Like you don't care, like in a business especially, you don't know what everyday challenge will come. With corporates, every day, like today mail will come, so you can be mentally prepared. Ki, Wednesday there is a ganda meeting, yaar, I don't want to attend it. Or even in a homemaker's life, you have a set pattern, Friday guests will come, all of this is there. Okay, but thriving means that every day you wake up happy itself. You wake up happy and excited that yes, today, no matter what happens, I'm going to do it. Okay, so thriving is a more concept of day-to-day living from one day to another. Many of us live one weekend to another. Yes, Saturday kab aayega, then Monday say 5 days to go till Saturday, 4 days till to get to Saturday, 3 days to go to Saturday. Yes. So this is what is the opposite of it. It's thriving. You don't live, or many people live from one holiday to another. कि दिवाली आ गया है, अब न्यू ईयर तक थोड़ा काम करेंगे, फिर न्यू ईयर पे छुट्टी हो जाएगी, then we will go and take a leave. It's all about you're counting the day between the leaves. Right? So thriving is, let's see what happens today. So conscious living gave us everything. It has completely changed the person I am. When I was looking for pictures to show off my old time, I was cringing at this picture of who I was. But that has happened. It has been a complete change for me. So all of us have mostly these phases in life. So you will be heavily able to relate. My childhood was more or less similar to most of you people. I was an achiever. I was a Hermione Granger type, very good at studies, but I lacked support. My family and all, we did not have a very good bond between us. There was financial was there, but there was not that warmth, that love, that care that I want. My mom was sick for the majority of the time, and my dad was quite introverted, so there was this lacking of bond. Teenage, those bad habits started developing, that need for validation, weight issues. How many of you people, I want, whenever you relate to something of this, I want you to write, because sharing is the best way to create a common bond. It's the best way to let out of your systems. If you have felt that you lacked in support in school, in your childhood, if you have felt it, I want you to be honest about it. Teenage was when my weight issues started coming up. I had gained a lot of weight because I would eat a lot of, my mom was sick, so she couldn't cook, and I would eat anything from the pantry and kitchen. And then came the biggest disease, need for validation. It was in my teenager when, you realize that it's when you're a teenager, when teenagers are horribly mean. And you start following the fashion, you start buying clothes, you start asking your parents to enroll you in this, that, because you want to fit in. So that's when it happened. Then college happened, peer pressure, it was happening. I hated engineering. Till date, I still don't know what I did in the 4 years. It was a terrible experience. I had only one friend. There was a lot of bullying going on in my engineering college. I only did engineering because my parents had only that option, either engineering or either medical. So we chose engineering. Then I started doing the job. I did not like this. I felt like there was so politics I could not understand. Every day seemed like an autopilot for me. I was just going through a phase. I hated it. And then came that thing that happens to all 25-year, 24, 22-year-olds. I want someone in life. I want somebody to love me. My problems might be solved by that person. My problems, I have so much issues in it. Everything will be fixed if somebody just loves me. So there's a common thing that we always choose. We always look for in a partner the gifts that our parents gave us and the gaps that they left. So if your parents were emotionally distant, you start looking for somebody to fill that gap. You did not were pampered much, you want to look for a gap. So that starts happening, you feel lonely. Same thing happened, made many big mistakes. Then when all of this was not working, I said, let's find the next shiny object. Let me postpone this problem of not liking my career. Let me do an MBA. That's what majority of people do, either job switch, either MBA. I said, let me do an MBA and let me find somebody desperately. So I got on those dating apps, tried to change my personality, became something else for somebody else's, just so that I could find somebody. How many of you relate to this? This need to be with somebody so much that it starts affecting your personality. You become somebody else to attract the right person. All the boys who played guitar in college, one big example. Okay, you start dressing the way for this. And I'll tell you, it happened to me because the person I was with right now, he hated colors. So he would not like the hairband, flowers, anything until like 2-3 years back, I was all wearing black and formal clothes because that's what my partner liked. It is only after I realized conscious living that this is something I like, I'll do it. Even if Niranjan starts making fun of it, I'm going to do it because I like it. Okay. So all of this is about it. Then I did an MBA where life-altering events happened. MBA at IIM was 2 years. I did not work very hard for it. To be honest, I got 99 point some percentile, but I did not work very hard for it. I went to MBA. I did my college. I learned a lot, but a lot of shit things happened. I lost my mom when I was at IIM, and then there was a huge case of harassment and abuse that I was going through, and it was just terrible. I was bullied at the college. It was a very bad phase for me. After that, and that was when the depression also started coming in. After that, I got these fancy jobs. I kept changing them. I felt suffocated in it. I jumped from one job to another. Many of you have got an Ikigai session from me. I understand Ikigai and I understand all of it because I have been through all of this. I have gone through this and been through it. I was a top student before. Many of us feel that we were at the top in our schools. It was for me. I was a peak at my school. This is something I made when I was looking for jobs in the phase of 2019, 2020. I did my strength analysis. I was a complete new, different with borrowed dreams. I would be like, let me do an MBA in HR marketing. I did it from the top college, IIM Shillong. I won a lot of awards from Tata. I was an HR with Tech Mahindra for long. I started working with causes. I was featured on a lot of competitions. I was doing the art I wanted to do. Then, I was winning all of this. I worked for Josh Talks, which is like the Indian TED Talks, and I met some of the most fantastic people there. Acid burn victims who survived, people, who were whose mom was in the red light area and they got up. I was living the life of my dreams, getting onto jobs, work with great brands. It was a very fulfilling journey. I was living a dream, right? But no, I was miserable. On the paper, it seemed like I was living the life of my life, having a great partner, having a life, having a fun life, going abroad, going to cafes, going to do it. But inside, I was absolutely miserable. I had lost my mom after a prolonged illness. She couldn't even recognize me. I hated my job. I had diabetes. I had PCOD. I had no self-confidence. I could not even bear to wear, sleeveless top. It sounds very stupid, but I love water. I love swimming. I did not learn swimming because I did not have that strength to wear a swimming costume. People would see. Now, when I say it, it seems very funny, but I was so conscious about all of my life, all of it. And it was a very bad point of me. I mean, I went into a solid depression as to I could not get out of bed for days. There was once a delivery boy came, kept ringing the bell. I just could not take that whole step of getting up and doing. I cried without knowing the reason. Many people think depression is sadness. It's actually having nothing. It's the absence of any feeling. You feel just numb. Life is happening to you. You are watching your favorite show like this without smiling. You don't find a joy in anything. So that's what had happened to me. My life started with a peak, and then along it just got into there, and it went into a very bad phase. I went into a complete bad phase. And that's when I decided to start questioning myself. Who am I? What am I? I realized that corporate is not my thing. I want to pursue something with art. I met Niranjan. We started working on it. And I know when you see a growth graph, you want to see it come from one point to another growth. But guys, this is realistically what a growth looks like. Even your life ECG has peaks and all of it. A straight line, a constant line means you are dead. So life looks like this. You might expect your life to look completely like this, but its own ups and downs. What is important is after I changed into conscious living, after I started building all of this, my entire life trajectory changed. How many of you feel crazily inspired to build something now? You feel this gush in it, I can do it. Comment in, guys, if you can do it. I was an absolute, today when even somebody comes to me, I met a school friend in the Delhi meet recently. He was not able to believe the person I was. My middle name was Approval, Sanchari Approval Das. I would always look for validation and approval for others. It's this conscious living. Why I wanted to it, how I get it is what is there. You want this? Yes. Beautiful, Kashish. All of you sharing your stories, loving it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sinsari, for sharing this for all of us, because I'm sure that so many of you would resonate with what she said. And, it would have struck a point, struck a chord with certain
I
things,
told
right?
you, this is not the story of me. Each one of you has gone through something or the other in life. It has come from family, it has come from friends, but you have felt that void in your life. And that's why you all are here, right? This is why I love about it. There's no judgment about all of this because we all know we have gone through that low point and coming up. Lovely.
So now the best point about Soul Flow is that it's not just one person. It's not me. It's not Sinceri. It is both of us and all of you. Now there are two mentors here, and here we can share two perspectives, two viewpoints, two vastly different experiences. So let me take some moment and share my life story here. So of course, when I was in high school, when I was in college, I was also in that approval seeking phase. I don't want to go there. I want to talk about the most significant part of my life from 2019 to 2020, 2021, that way. So many of you see me now as this person speaking with so much passion, the art mentor with incredible knowledge, sharing. So many of you have been following Soul Flow since 2020 when I was the only person here, right? But yes, what so many of you do not know is that at one point, I'm talking about late 2018, early 2019, at that point, I was having extreme anxiety issues. Extreme anxiety because I was stuck in a course that I absolutely hated. How many of you have been to a course, a program, and you
or a job,
and you hate and you feel stuck, and that is causing anxiety. You're working, but you're not going in the right direction, right?
And you can't leave it because you have no support or no other alternate options.
Absolutely, I can't leave it. I mean, you invested 10 lakhs into a course. How can you even leave that, right? That I was doing art. So I used to make a lot of sketchbooks. I used to travel. I had a small Instagram page that I wanted to share. I had all of this going on, but I had absolutely no idea how to turn art to a career or what to even make of with art to even begin with. Seeing my helplessness, my then best friend, I will not be naming him, of course, my then best friend told me that.
We call him Voldemort.
We call him Voldemort. So let's name him Voldemort. He said that he can help me. And he says that he's worked with brands and all that. And he gave me a few tips and suggestions, at the end of which he demanded that he needed 50,000 rupees. Imagine, this is for a college boy with a pocket money of 1,000 rupees. And this was the crashing point of it. I suffered from PTSD. I have trust issues, which I'm still overcoming within time. And at my worst, I remember in this very room, I sat and I was thinking, I had no soul flow art class or anything of that sort. I sat thinking that why not? I'll just run up from the terrace, jump down and end it all. It's much, much more better than having to live with this pain all the time. At my lowest, that's where I felt. So this is the part from where I started picking myself up. Fast. What did I do there? 2020 lockdown gave me the perfect opportunity that, okay, I no longer have to go to college. I no longer have to attend tuitions. I don't have to take that cycle. I have some time for myself. Now online courses are in demand. I have a skill, art. Why worry about it, Risha? Why not just stop worrying and just take the leap? So I started my first art class in 2020 August with 6 students, and 6,000 rupees was the amount that I charged from all 6 students back then. That is my starting point. I started from there, took the second batch, third batch, 6, 7 batches in. Sanchari came in as one of my students. This photo was I had taken during hostel time, by the way. Back then, I thought that someday if I did a webinar, I'll be showing this photo and tell, look, here's where I came from. So this photo was taken like that in my hostel room, 2019. So I started with that. And Sanchari came in. After Sanchari came in, both my life and my business, everything scaled to a whole new level. Now, super proud that I've been fortunate enough to train over 20,000 students with art, and not just art, the life lessons that I learned along the way. I built several habits that helped me pick this up from my lowest to here. And I've been able to help people coach that. I founded Soul Flows and Academy. Now Soul Flows now registered.
Yeah, guys, that's why the special party was also given complimentary to all the old members. We are now a registered company. Took us almost a year to go through it, but this is it.
This is it. Soul Flow Zen Academy, and the growth of Soul Flow has been phenomenal.
Yeah. And it has been a phenomenal year for us. We were able to go to Shark Tank last year till the last round. We were able to do this. All this success, 22,000 in 1.5 years.
Yes.
All of this being able to get up through it, all the things we have achieved, meeting the people, doing it. For us, it was a dream that, to have a 3-day retreat in somewhere else. But here we are in Mumbai, Lonavala, we have to have a 3-day retreat. From 2 days back, 1 week back, we met all the people in Delhi. This has been an absolute dream for us to achieve our vision board.
Thank you.
It's all because of you. We owe this bliss to you. Everything in this webinar that we talked about, where we are all but you. You are our students, and that's why Aditi has been here with us from the beginning. People like Abneet, Isha have been in the beginning with us. It's just been such a delight. Us coming together, all is for you.
From being told that beta tumse na ho paega to all of this happened, it happened because of you people, and we are immensely grateful to you.
And which is why it's 19th November is 1 year to our wedding anniversary, our first wedding anniversary. We got married on 19th November. On our marriage, we could not spend it with you, but on our wedding anniversary, we want to spend the entire day with you, sharing with you all the things that we have learned in this 2 years and getting into this. And we want to invite you to the greatest event happening on November 19th, Sunday. It's our first anniversary.
And we are doing the crazy thing of spending the entire day with you. How many of you want to spend an entire day with us?
All of us who have, it's going to be a 9 hours live marathon. We are going to work on this. More of this we'll talk later, but I wanted to tell you that we feel this immense gratitude towards you. We feel this whole thing, and we want to spend this day with you. How many of you want to spend one complete day with us and work on yourself?
Comment in IWI.
I wanted. We're going to start from the morning. It's been done once already. We will be sharing some pictures with you also. It is going to be amazing fun. We recently had a Delhi webinar, and many of them had come. We had a lot of fun. We have worked on sticky notes and all of this. A similar experiential workshop we will be doing on 19th November, but only with limited people. We want it to be small. We want it to be focused. So please write in. It's online.
It's all online. It's all online. We want to create but it's going to be an experience. We do offline, but this is going to be online on November 19th.
Okay. So with that, let us start with the habits part. But promise we'll tell you 5 habits. Let's go. But meanwhile, I can see all of your energies are low. Quickly, just stretch your hands. Just maybe if you have to take a step back, take it. I want your energy to get back there.
Get your energy up, dance, move. Yes.
Move a little.
Let's go.
Let's go. Come on, get up. Everybody get up. Stretch a little. Stretch. I told you, right? Motion creates emotions. A little stretch. Let's go, guys. Want you to refresh. Take your body. Make circles with it. Stretch your hands. Okay, chalo. Very important thing is coming. So I need all your full attention. Let's start. So the step 1 is the awareness of the code. Awareness. Now all of you are convinced that there is a code inside you, right? You can feel it. There is a code inside you and doing it. Let me make this code come very clearer as well. Make it more clearer to you that the code is there. We are going to play a little game. Okay. It's called the voice. Now, what is the voice? I want you to take some time and I want you to identify a voice inside you. What is this voice? Which is this voice? Remember that example I gave you when you were trying to not order something, but then your hand went on it and clicked? That example when you are trying to wake up in the morning and wanting to go to exercise, but you are not able to do it because some voice tells you, "Yaar, so ja. Let's do it. Let's stop. Why do it?" I want all of you to identify this voice that is keeping you, holding you back. And exact in that voice. Don't write fancy things like you can't do it or this is not right. The absolute truth in whatever language you feel. Sorry, can you hear me now? Yeah. What is that exact voice in your head that tells you ye nahi? Don't use fancy words like Shweta, you are not good enough. Exact, it might be in your regional language. यार तू करके क्या करेगी, सो जा, आज नहीं कल. What is that word? Rohan Shaw. There is this voice in your head that tells you to stop doing the good things. For example, when you want to work, wake up in the morning and you do it, there's something that tells you, nahi, nahi, aaj so ja, kal kar lenge. Something, some voice. What is it that a voice is there? I want you to write, listen to it carefully and write it. Tell me in the chat box. Lovely Meghna, yes. कुछ नहीं होगा. Exactly, Divya. What is that exact statement it says? ये सब उठने उठने से कुछ नहीं होगा. कल से normal routine. I want you to write it exactly this. So Diksha, is it in English or is it in your regional language? Which voice? What does the voice talk to you in? Which language does it talk to you in? That feeling is there, but that feeling you convince yourself with something, na. You convince yourself by doing it. You deserve it, yaar. Tu kitna mehnat karti hai day mein. You are such a hard worker. You deserve to be pampered. You deserve to spend money. Something you say, right? Thank you, Gayatri. कल से start करना. Yes, most of it, there is no use doing it. You are not being able to going to do it. Yeah, you're going to fuck this somehow. You're going to ruin this somehow. What is the point of doing this? Yes. What is this voice? This voice is also you. So you know that there are these voices inside you that you are not aware of. Think of what are the other things that might be inside you that you are not aware of. Maybe there is a very positive word inside you as well. Maybe there is a part of you that says, Arey, you will be able to do it. So on Saturday event, we will be also discovering this magical line that is inside us. We today discovered the bad voice, the one that tells us, Aaj mat kar, stressed hai, ye kar le. But tomorrow we will do, on Saturday, we'll work on building our new version of ourselves. We'll talk about this later. And many of you will hear two voices. Absolutely. It's always that now when in the morning you have your set up an alarm for 6 a.m. to exercise, two voices will come. One will tell you, you need to do this, you need to do this. One will tell you, what is the point of doing this? You tend to go with the other one and lose out the other one. Conscious living will make sure that the volume of your inner voice saying, you can do this, you will do it right now, get up right now. That is the voice that I want you to get out there. Superb. So all of these lines, these inner voices that you write it down on the paper. Do you feel stupid now when you look at it? You feel like, "Arey yaar, ye to kitna choti si baat hai. This isn't even logical." Right? When you look at it, you are like, this does not make even sense. Why was I being so worried about this voice? The first step is this. Isha lays khale. Why are you not able to let go of your lays dreams? The first step is this only. There is awareness of the code. There is an awareness that there is some code out there and you need to change it. The second step is understanding the code. It is in full depth and detail of who are you? What is your 1.0 looks like? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What are the set of things you believe in? Who are you a person there? You answer questions like, what would you do if the world wasn't watching? What would you do if you had unlimited money? You understand your code. This we do, of course, through journaling, introspection, all of that. And step 3 is hacking the code and elevating the life, which we will be doing in the Elevate program on Sunday, on our anniversary. Okay, so there are 3 steps to unleashing your full code. And now all of this brings me to the 5 sacred habits to a new you. Have a sip of water and comment in 5 if you are ready to learn about these 5 sacred habits. It's made on an AI it's made on an AI platform called Midjourney. AI, like I told you, is the word of the year. How many of you genuinely feel that there is a need inside you to upskill in AI? You feel like you jobs or whatever it is relevant. Many of you might be like, "Arey, internet bhi to aaya tha, itna kuch bada deal nahi hai, I'll manage." But I know some of you have this deep fear that AI, either you have a fear AI will take over your jobs or something, or you have this reluctance to start learning it. कि सीख लेती हूँ, FOMO हो जाएगा वरना, and all that. So going ahead, we will be adding a lot of AI and all of this. Yes, in the vision board class, we had done a little bit of mid journey in the drone. Maybe we'll do it the next time when we do the live craft. You can join in then. Mid journey is paid. You can find a lot of versions as well, free versions. I had shared in the class then also. So let's go to the 5 sacred habits. The 5 sacred habits are clarity, energy, community, productivity, and grit. So don't worry, this is also shared in the group. We will be covering each one in detail. I told you, these are not the habits like wake up, brush your teeth, all of these. These are absolutely habits that call out to your conscious living.
Yes. Number 1, clarity. So for clarity, I'll share an example of a very recent conversation I had with a gentleman. So he, a lot of us, we do one job and we want to shift to something else, right? We do one job and we want to shift to something else. So he was telling that, he doesn't like the job he's doing and he wants to shift to something else. And what is that? What do you want to do? He said he wants to be a blogger, a lifestyle, lifestyle blogger. You've seen those people. I want to do that. So have you thought about how that new blogging is going to get you income? I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Okay, have you thought about what are the different things you have to do being a blogger or even in order to be a blogger? I haven't thought about it. So you see, how many of us have gone through in life that, okay, maybe I have a vague idea of what I want, but I have no idea on what exactly to do, how exactly to get there. Or rather, we haven't asked ourselves these key important questions. We write goals. We've written a lot of workshops on goal setting, goal writing, and everything. We've spoken about whether that goal is important for you. Now, granted, this is something that you truly want. The questions that you have to ask yourself are, how am I going to get there? Is this something sustainable?
Clarity is that magical syrup in your life that makes everything clear. I'll give you a short story to explain to you the importance of clarity. One day, the 6-year-old girl goes into the kitchen and sees her mother cooking fish. So the mother it's a big pan, it's a very big pan, but in that pan, the mother has cut the tail of the fish separately and cooking it separately in it. So she asks her Mummy, why did you cut the fish tail? Mummy is like, I don't know. My mother used to do it. That's why I did it. When your grandmother comes, you ask her. Grandmother comes in after a couple of months. She asks her grandmother, Achamba, why do you cut the fish and cook it separately? Why don't you cook it separately? She's like, how do I know? My mother has been teaching it me this way only, so I'm doing it. When we go into the village to meet your great grandmother, you ask her then. So then they go to the grandmother after months and then she asks her, grandmother, I loved your fish. It is so tasty. But tell me, why did you cut the tail of this and cook it separately? Then she said, Arey, does your mother still do that? She said, yes, in our home we always do that. Then she's like, oh my God, I had a smaller pan, so the fish did not fit. That's why I used to cut the tail and put it into this. And so long and ever. Point of the story is, nobody asked her, why are you doing this? Nobody sought clarity onto it. Why am I doing this? What am I, getting it for? What am I doing this? People join even workshops like this, Soul Flow and all. People just join in because they want to learn it. But why? What are the fields they want to learn in? What is it that they want to do it? That is clarity. Clarity is that magical thing when you start asking questions, how, what, why, when, and you do it. And I told you in the beginning, most of you don't even have your goals required, which is why we have such a high tendency of failing your goals. So I will not talk about this in detail. It's a very big topic, but we believe in something called the GPS, where you have to describe your current position, your destination, and the shortest path between us. So if your current is somebody of a rat race, you need to know you are in a rat race to before do it. And this is what is the problem with most of us. We don't understand where are we currently. When I ask you to define, when I ask you to give your introduction, it will be the same thing. I am XYZ, I am a mother, I am this, that same boring format. What are your goals for? Why do you like something more? What do you want to be like it? That is a very big part of this clarity. Okay, so it all starts with, let me tell you another small story which we have told in the class a lot. It's not a story. Think of a juice. An orange, you think, you squeeze it, it will bring out orange juice. No matter how much you will squeeze it, no matter how much you'll do it, it will still remain orange. That is your juice. That is essentially who you are. And it is very important in life to know what is your juice. So a quick activity for all of you. I want you to take your phone and I want you to put in 5 emojis on the chat box that we are in. On the chats, people can message in the chats, right?
I will.
5 emojis to describe yourself. What is your juice? Now, think of this very deeply. If you really want to approach critical thinking, you want to approach conscious living, don't just put on the obvious things like these are the smileys I most use, hence they are me. Or heart because I am about love. Deeply think that your each emoji is a deep reflection on yourself. We made this do. I was trying to teach them values last time. This is a great way to do it.
If I were to describe Sanchari, for example, the emoji that I'd be using is number 1 of a sunflower, number 2 of a smiley with a wide open mouth, number 3, yes, this kind, number 3 will be a heart. So these 3.
No books.
Again, I have to pick 3. No, that's right.
So pick up 5 emoji. Yours is very simple. The poop emoticon.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Your symbol is
so alternatively for her, I can also choose sunflower, certainly, heart, and books. You see, sunflower, art, and books, and heart. So
it is not about what you like or what you do. This is about who you are.
No, I have opened the WhatsApp group. So please,
in the WhatsApp
group, whichever group you are in, write your name and insert 3 emojis. 3 emojis, right?
Yeah. 5
emojis.
For example, Nagashri, just looking at you, I can see you are a person who is, would be very aware of how they look. You like dressing up, you like doing it because all those elements are there in it. There is a person with shades. For example, Neha, I can tell you're a person who loves life, who is enjoying life. That is the core of this.
Hey, as you do this, your tendency will be to put yourself in the best picture. But be honest. The whole thing is be honest, but take it in a fun, playful manner. If you're an overthinker, show
that brain of what is the most part of yours.
Correct.
If your big part is ordering from Swiggy, put a burger on it. If a big part of you is reading or spending money, I don't see money icons on any one of them, yet I know deeply most of them are derived from money.
A lot of you are all about earning money.
Okay, some of them are not in the WhatsApp group. I'm sending it. Platinum people, you don't need to attend some other group. Reset, I'll add it.
In the platinum members can mention in the platinum group itself. So enter your name and your this. This is fun, right? I love this.
What is your juice? What is your element? So, Jaisi, you have used only face emoticons. There might be also things and other part in your life also cooking. Like Kashish has...
Dr. Sairupa has put a chicken leg. See? Good. Like that.
Aditi has a spider web.
So let's have a look at the emojis that symbolize you. Look at this. This is amazing, right? Yes. 5 emojis that symbolize you. We have.
This is you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is amazing.
Okay, done. Let's check in the group also if you guys are done.
The group is amazing.
So after this class, you also have to write why you chose this. Okay, what is it that made you choose this? Why is it there? On Saturday, on the Elevate event, we will be defining our own sigil. We will pick one of these and make a sigil as well. Wow.
This is amazing, right? Look at this, guys. Look at this.
It's like an emoticon war going on. So after this class, you also describe why and to each one of this.
Correct, correct.
Nice, Vibhuti. Sadhna's as a dog. Yeah, I was seeing why do others have dogs and all. Agniv, you are a virus. You put a virus in you. You're a virus. No,
I was expecting something with water put in.
He's a science. So it is, see, now you have only just see. With this small exercise, you had to go and deeply ask yourself who you are. Then you had to question and prioritize yourself. Oh, research is a big part of me. Art is a big part of me. This is what it is. So on the Elevate event, we will be doing something even deeper. We will be doing 45 minutes of unraveling ourselves. We'll be auditing ourselves. We'll be doing a live audit dashboard of this. We'll be working on 5 sacred systems. And let me tell you something. This Sunday program, I know many of you have joined our platinum programs. You know the pricing. It is not going to be 40,000. It's not going to be 20,000. Don't worry.
It's not going to be 10, 5 or any of those premium pricing.
Very pricing. I was in fact thinking we'll do it for free. But then I realized free people nobody gets value for this today also because it's, and when in India, in everywhere else also, free means low quality. So that is not, correct. I want you to get out of that Elevate workshop saying, this is the best investment I have made on my education. Not saying, Arey yaar, I came to a free webinar and it was so good.
Correct. See, this workshop here, how many of you think that already this is absolutely incredible? I mean, this is like being in some attending an international seminar. Yes. I want you to come in because of the value you're getting. Not because, it's sasta.
I told you, we feel this immense gratitude towards each one of you for making, getting us to this, and we want to share it. That's our only agenda. Okay. Now, speaking about clarity, many of you will be like, Arey yaar, how to attain clarity? I'm always confused. I was reading Himani's messages, Aditi's messages. You will be thinking, how can I get clarity? The thing is, it might seem tough, but it's not impossible. Because right in this community, right in this group, we had Mayuresh, who, in the lockdown decided that he did not want to be a scientist anymore. He wanted to help his child grow up. His child became his priority and he became a parental coach. At the end of this year, he might be launching his first workshop also. This is the clarity you get. Then there is Rakhi, who is present in this workshop also today as well. When Rakhi started, she would not be able to she would introduce herself in front of me as someone like, I like doing tarot. Even not as, I'm a tarot card reader. I like doing tarot. But now her career 2.0 includes her making these amazing gift boxes. She has sold so many of them into the community itself. And she's now growing to become a teacher as well. I'm going to help her get there. It all started with a clarity that her skills and talents were much more than what she thought it is in her mind. It all got with the clarity that, yes, I can do this. I will need these skills and I can do it. So, all of you thinking that how can I get clarity? What can I do this? It is very much possible. And the first step to is what is in your mind, putting out on paper. So do you want to learn the one big hack for tapping into your clarity?
Ready?
So the activity number 1 is 5 minutes journaling. I've taught this many times, but tell me, how many of you are honestly doing this every day with earnest? Comment in 5 if you are doing the 5 minute journaling regularly.
So this is your activity that you're having to do after the workshop. Can you just, I have shared the template for the 5 minute journaling.
In both the groups. Wow. Many of you are doing this. Don't stop it. Do it consistently. Just make it a challenge. Up tak leke 2024, 1st January tak you will do 5 minute journaling every day. The format is very simple. 3 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes in the night. So in the morning when you wake up, you will write, I am grateful for. Okay. What is the things that you are grateful for? What would make today great? What is it that if you do today, it would become a great day? For example, today morning, what would make today great? I would be really happy if I was able to deliver this webinar with a lot of insights. Okay. Daily affirmations. I am building a life of my legacy. I am working to my full potential. I am happy and chirpy. Okay.
The reason why this is so important is that I'll tell you, we spoke about our lowest phases. Now, we are, when we started, what is the first habit, the first thing that we can teach someone to, so that they themselves can use to come up, rise up from the situation they're stuck in is? We started by simply journaling our thoughts and our ideas. We started by appreciating the little moments. You might be having the worst, dullest day, and you might convince yourself that also, that this is the case. But as you take a few moments every day to just appreciate what happened through the day and, the good things, you start realizing that, hey, it's not been so bad after all.
Absolutely. And it's out in your mind and it's on the paper. So it's absolutely there. Okay. So 5 minute journaling. Have you shared it on the Platinum also?
I've shared it on the Platinum.
The very first thing you have to do is, and you had promised this before, is to take massive action. So commit to a time. Morning, what time? And I don't want the time to be like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. I want it to be something like I will do it after I brush my teeth, or I will do it after I have my first cup of coffee, or before I leave for work. I want all of you to commit. Same for night. I will do this after I brush my teeth or before I switch off my lights. I want you to commit to this time right now.
Comment in RN if you're ready to commit right.
Yeah, no, I want them to comment the time exactly. So morning you have to tell. A morning I will do this after I water my plants or before I cook, whatever it is. Evening I will do this before I sleep, before I brush my teeth,
after I return from work. So the best times to do this is either in the starting of the day or at the end of the day. Take 5 minutes for yourself. Do this. It's already, even if you do it 2 times a day, perfect. And in fact, I'll tell you, if you're starting, you should do 2 times a day, because that can get you to buy up.
It's to be done 2 times only. It's morning or night.
Yes.
After I see my before sleep. Maybe before sleeping, you can write exactly what after. Before sleeping, you will keep on doing it. So maybe like after I wash my feet and come on the bed, or after I have, brushed my teeth, keep it after this.
Something, correct. That's the best time to go. By the way, I just want to show you where you can find the template and everything. So number 1, it's already been shared to you. Okay. Number 2, I just wanted to go to the group description. So for the Platinum members, once again, this will be shared separately to you. But just go to the group description of this Reset 2024. If you're not in this group, we'll be sharing it to you. But you can just go find the drive link with Reset Guides. See? Reset Guides. And you'll be able to find 5-minute journaling template. There is also other templates, the notes, the PDF. So many of you are asking about the notes and this. It's already been shared. The key takeaways, the PDF, everything is already here, right?
All right. So the next part of it, this was not massive action. This was small action. Massive action is, now I want you to make it in the part of calculator. In the part of your calendar. All of you have Google calendars with you. In case you don't have it, it's fine, but you will have it. Install it later. I want you to make an entry in your calendar about this for the next 1 month at least. And it's very simple to do. Just give me 1 minute, I'll show you. It's an average, rough time, you know, right? Around 7 a.m. you do it around this. So I want you to make one.
You can do this on your phone or on your laptop.
So simply create this, create event.
Event or a task.
Add title, 5-minute journaling, morning session. After you've done this, comment in done in the chat box. 30 a.m. Okay. Save. Okay, this thing, then you can do it for your rest of the week also.
Screen sharing is.
Oh, my screen sharing is 1 minute. Sorry. My screen sharing was not shared. Now it's there. So you can put it out every weekday, daily.
Set it for daily.
Daily, set it up.
Save.
And that's it, done. It's on my calendar.
So now you know that the notifications are going to come. We check notifications for everything. These notifications are going to keep you on track.
Done. You have to set up a event in your calendar. All of you have calendars in your phone. Or if you don't have, you can put it on your screens. You can put it in your notebook.
Or at least set an alarm.
I personally think everybody will do it. I will show you again. You pick up this. You add a title, morning journaling. Find a time. Repeat daily. That's it. Done.
Done.
Done? How many of you have done this? Commented
Done.
Done.
Yes.
So there you go. Put one for your night as well now.
When you are going to do it, only you know your time. So you're going to have to do it.
This is massive. Of course, this is commitment for all those who want to do this.
Correct.
You want to make a massive change, you put it out this. Okay, let's get to the next. We have so many things to tell you. I don't want to keep you out for lunch. Before repeat, there will be an option there called does not repeat. Usme you can change the answer to daily. Done. So let's hydrate, take a sip of water, and we are ready to start again.
All right.
Now is probably my favorite habit. It is energy.
Habit number 2, energy. All right. So how many of you, at this point, you're already feeling like super energetic and ready to go, ready to take. You already have this sensation that, yes, the coming month is coming, 2024, it's going to be absolutely massive. Yes. What you're feeling now is a massive shift in your energy. Now, when we talk about habits, we try to bring changes on the surface level that I will do this, I will do, like 10 minutes of this practice, I will follow this hack, but everything. But no matter what is it that you want to do, is anything even possible if your body does not allow you for it, if your body does not permit you for you to do it? No, right? In the last few days, I've been having cough, my asthma allergy, it increased and I couldn't get up from bed. Nothing happened. So it becomes our primary responsibility to take care of ourselves, our body, not to just show to others or, just so that it looks cool, but because if you don't have your body, you don't have your health, you pretty much have nothing.
Okay. So let me explain to you the concept of energy. Whenever we think of, our life in terms of currency and what we have, we think of one asset only first, money. Correct. Money comes to it. Our life is measured by how much money we earn on a day. Where do we spend it becomes it. If we think a little bit deeper, it also there's an important factor of time. The way you spend your time. In fact, I personally believe that time is a much more important currency than money, because money can come from other person also. Somebody, leaves you a lot of money, somebody gives you a money. Time is something you have limited. There is no way you can increase it. So the way you spend your time, every minute counts. The third important currency that you have, and which many people don't talk about, is energy. Right now, when I asked you to do the 5-minute journaling, that was also based out of time. The morning I will do it, after this, before this. It was divided into time slot. What the ideal would have been is, when is my energy the best in the morning? I will do this journaling when my energy is at the top and it is at the peak. Night, I will do this when my energy is restless and I want to write to unwind. So looking at life in terms of rather than time, but energy changes drastically a lot of things. And when I speak of energy, I know with energy, you mostly think of this and this as energy. This is the only, again, your body, brain has been telling you energy, you see it as a physical form of feeling this or there. But there are so many various forms of energy. Apart from physical, there's this positive vibes that we feel, that connection that you people are feeling between us and you. Energy.
There is the emotional bandwidth that you have for something. We use the word bandwidth when you have the energy for something.
People taking away energy from you, or people giving away energy to you. What are the tasks that drain you? What are the tasks that bring you up? All of that is energy.
How many of you have ever interacted with someone, either it could be a relative or, a friend whom you really don't like, and you felt like, oh my God, right after talking, it's like you took on a sleeping pill.
Yeah.
Yes. We call them energy vampires, right? Energy is your biggest currency. You have your money. We often think of money as a currency. You have money, you have time, you also have energy. And one of the most important habits that you need to do is to find conscious ways to increase your energy. Exercising is one way, eating right is one way to increase your physical energy. The practices that you're doing.
And it is such a simple, basic concept. Yet we forget. We were taught in school. Your body's entire focus is conservation of energy and reproduction. What does it do? It eats food to consume energy, then it converts it to another form and does it so you can do. Your body is essentially a generator and a powerhouse going with energy. Energy, your body is not producing money. Your body can't produce time. It can enhance, but all of it is about energy. So be very conscious. Be very careful of where is this energy going into. Today, when we talk about the 4 different kinds of energies, you need to see in it your input versus output. That is why what you eat, what you exercise is so important, because eating, you've heard now, what you are is what you eat is who you are. What you consumes impacts the quality of energy that you have. Okay. Absolutely. Manage your energy than your time.
Manage your energy. The practice that we did, 5-minute journaling, practicing gratitude, all these are ways that we can use to improve our energy, the emotional energy that we feel.
And your input versus output is there. For example, I'll give you an example. How many of you buy a lot of courses here? I have this problem of buying all the courses, attending webinars. Yes. So those require your energy, your time. You are investing a lot of that into it. Are you able to take out as much, or do you just go to this to satisfy this? Oh, I'm learning a lot. So here, this is where energy comes in. How much energy are you putting into a project versus how much is coming out? For example, in my home, recently we have this decision to not cook daily, but to do meal planning and to cook only one day of the day, because we felt like the energy going in is not worth coming out.
Correct. Every time, even when you're shifting your attention from one thing to another, even if you're shifting your attention from doing something to immediately answering the email or phone, you're changing your energy. And managing your energy is much, much more important than anything else. This is one of the topics that I'll be covering in Elevate.
Yeah.
And also we'll be going in depth in Lifecraft.
And this is a wow moment for many of you guys. Every single one of us has 24 hours. Me, Modi ji, Barack Obama, the guy who wasted day watching reels, all of us have 24 hours. What differs is the energy throughout the day that we have. So the question that you keep asking, यार इसके पास इतना time कैसे हो जाता है या मेरे पास इतना time क्यों नहीं है? Why do they have? They have the same time. They have a different energy.
The best part about the energy is that you can cultivate it. You can create habits consciously to bring energy into your life. Be wise. Spend your energy wisely.
Okay. So physical energy is, of course, the easiest part. It is how you exercise, what you do. Me and Niranjan had taken a special class for all of you for fitness. So it is very important. And many of you will ask a question, yeah, energy, exercise mein to energy goes away, na? It is, I'm spending energy. Shouldn't I use the energy for other parts of my life?
How many of you have thought about this at some point that, I'm left with no energy after this. I don't have time.
Other things.
Right? I'll be too tired. I don't have time. How many of you have told this to yourself at some point? Yes? And stopped. Now, the reason why this is wrong is that when you need time to do something, let's say a certain task requires 2 hours. Now, what makes it 2 hours or 1 hour is your proficiency in doing it. Number 2, the focus you are able to bring into it. The same task, same experience, one person might be able to do it in 1 hour, other person might take 3 hours. You've seen that? It's because of the focus and the environment you bring in. When your body is, when you're exercising, your body starts creating these chemicals of dopamines and endorphins, and they are the feel-good hormones that you need. When you have them, your energy is on the rise. And when your energy is on the rise, you're in fact saving time. The task that you do it faster. The situations that you don't waste a lot of time just feeling tired body. You don't have to spend time motivating yourself to get something because it's there, it's intrinsic, it becomes intrinsic. That is why creating physical energy is so important. Please, we mean so well to you. Stop making excuses. Start taking care of your body. This is your greatest asset.
The second kind of energy is emotional energy, which is how much are you able to focus? How long are you able to sit in one place and work? What is your approach towards relationships? How do you feel joy and happiness in your life? What is the passion satisfaction, gratitude? Emotional energy is all of it. And the 5-minute journaling method we are asking you to do is a expression of increasing your emotional energy as well.
Everything, see, because every aspect of this, let's go through each of these aspects. Number 1, focus. What you focus on, you spend more energy. And what you spend most time focusing on, it also takes away energy from you. It is in your choice to decide what to focus on. Let's say you're feeling upset or sad for some reason. Have you ever noticed that when you pay more attention to that thought that upset you, it becomes more worse? Yes, it starts draining your energy. You go into a whole loop, a negative loop.
Right.
On the other hand, you shift your focus. You start feeling better. Relationships.
So emotional energy is how you perform on a day-to-day basis, and you don't let your mind is determined by it. How many of you people some days go to work and can't work because your mind is not in the right state of mind? You say, "Aaj nahi ho pa raha," and you need to have a lot of motivation to get into it. That is what emotional energy means. That you can convince yourself कि यार अभी ये कर लेते हैं, this is important. After that, we'll take a break. Maybe you are having a very bad emotional crisis. You can convince yourself कि let's just get the immediate steps done. After an hour, we'll take a break and work on it. That is what is this. Yes, so Kavalji, right? So you tell your brain, it's okay, my husband will call in a while. Till then, I should not worry and be anxious.
Correct.
Okay. Now comes the most important energy that I'm going to talk about. It's a very difficult topic to address, and we had to have a special class for this also. It is spiritual energy. Spiritual energy, emotional energy is more on how you feel Spiritual energy is what you believe in. What is your approach towards life? So does the spirituality look like this? Palms and approaching a life towards this.
How many of you here have done what's the last spiritual practice you've done? Maybe you joined in some course. Maybe you're doing a certain spiritual practice on a day-to-day basis. Maybe you're going to the temple, you're praying, your church. No.
What is the spiritual practice that you have in your day-to-day life? Where does your spiritual energy go into?
Yes. Let me know. Meditation, journaling, doing sadhana. I meditation. Yes. Praying to God, meditation. Yes. Meditation, sadhana. Okay. Some of you are already part of Aksha Yoga, art of living. So
for most people, when we think of spirituality, if you are doing something, please carry on with your spiritual practice and all. For all those who don't, for those who have been stopping somehow with do it, this is mostly because the definition of your spirituality, you might always be thinking like this and keeping your eyes closed and wishing might not be.
So many people are told that I don't have time for spirituality. I have family responsibilities. I have a job. We've all heard this before, right? Because it's been so ingrained to us that spirituality has to look like this. Retiring from life in a cave, in some mountains. Yes.
But this is how our spirituality looks like. Ours looks a lot different.
Slightly different.
Ours is a approach towards life where we get all the things we want with a laugh. It's a connection to our higher self of us. And to receive all this, to achieve all of this, our spirituality is our code of conduct, a set of impact that we want to create, a set of beliefs that we want to do it.
For example, our spirituality right now, we are offering this workshop to you, this webinar to you. Our spirituality means giving our 100% involvement while taking the workshop and before it in the preparation. This is the way that we are adding value to others' lives. And that is our sadhana, our spiritual practice. Our spirituality means having the courage to stand out and be joyful in a world that demands you to be rigid and serious. That's grim.
This is a topic that we can go on for long, but I will explain to you the reason why most of us don't. How many of us are not able to meditate regularly? NM, not able to meditate? It's because you truly haven't appreciated the need of spiritual energy. Spiritual energy is so much need right now because there's so much WhatsApp, so much of content going on to give your mind that silence, that clarity. Spiritual is like a marker, it's like an eraser that can come and wipe away your stress. Career versus purpose. Most of us are in the questions of whether we should do this, whether we should not do this. Spiritual energy gives you that instant boost and instant, connection to feel things. So be it your ethical navigation, your change, abiliation, building genuine connection, spiritual energy is required because it helps you develop a more clear vision. Okay. So it is not about discipline. It is about the effect in it. For example, Vibhuti, if you see for yourself that having a spiritual practice can make you a better, calm and patient person at work and hence give you 10x more results, then you will get, you will see more of it. The reason why meditation, and this is what conscious living is, meditations fail is because people do it sun ke, कि मुझे लोगों ने बोला है ईशा is very good, you do it. मुझे लोगों ने बोला है सात्विक is very good, you do it. What we lack is a conviction and a true way of doing that. What is it it's actually contributing to? So don't think it in terms of a routine, think in terms of effects. What are the direct effects and ineffects you get in meditation? Aditi, gradually, some people will get it some people will get it there. Again, spirituality is not an answer to solve, it is a practice. Meditation is a practice. They don't say perfecting meditation. They say practice. So don't,
So meditation, the way we look at meditation, often that's been shown to us is closing your eyes, sitting, and going into whole dhyana mode. That's what meditation is often shown as. But meditation simply means you're so totally focused and involved onto something. And just practicing complete involvement in whatever you're doing, you start experiencing
State
that
of
flow. And that's spirituality.
Okay. So we have covered 4 types of energy. Physical energy is, of course, the way you show up, the way you do it. Emotional energy is the way you feel. Spiritual energy is the way what you believe in. And the last is social energy, how drained or how you feel in we'll be talking more about this in the next habit as well. Social energy is in your connections, is in your interaction. Do you feel like everybody is making fun of you, or do you feel people like you? What is that connection you have with the social thing? That is the social energy. By the way, speaking of energy, I'm going to give you right now examples of people who I've seen in front of me change their entire energy from a side character hero to their main character energy, and the changes in them are immensely there. So I'm going to give you case studies. First is Isha herself. Isha, if you saw our conversations around January, this January itself, it would be mostly around I'm going through something low, I am going through something harsh, I can't do this. Didi, I don't want to live, I don't want to be this. Now her energy, yesterday, we were talking about somebody, she's like, don't worry, Didi, I will help you. I will talk to that person and I will support her. She has now become a beacon to help people in doing it. Last week, she told us how she got over her energy of being a victim, of being in this energy of why does life happen. She changed her energy and she went out and, complete different change in energy, the way she's approaching people, the community people can also feel her vibe, and so energy is a big deal. The other person when I speak about energy is Nazu, who had, and I'm giving you two complete contrasts. One is a 26-year-old and one is a 58-year-old. Both of them came out from this energy of locked up of this and just tapping into the energy. Nazu actually took a long break from Soulflow to clean up her environment. She believed that the house and all of it is not giving her the settings to work in. She changed her energy and she got on feet. So energy, my friend. Neha, we will finish it 1:30. I think a little faster than that. Yes. A little earlier than that.
Again, guys, please sit through the entirety of the session because, this is going to be so totally worth it.
Right? And we have only covered 2 habits so far. 3 left.
Habit number 3. Ready for habit number 3?
Habit number 3 is the most important one, I feel, because all of them are more focusing on you. Habit number 3 focuses on others as well. Habit number 3 is community. A community is a focused bubble of growth. Now here, I don't want my community, you to be a part of community. Many of you are part of Platinum community. Many of you are part of different communities and all of this. Community means what is your role in it. If you are simply existing as part of the community, never shared anything about yourself, not contributing into helping others, not talking to anyone, then it makes no sense. Being part of the community is not the question. What part are you? What is your role in this ecosystem? Are you somebody who helps people? Like Sushma, for example, recently realized birthdays are not being recorded. She started helping. Surya helps people with doubts. What is your role in a community? Okay. And community is very important, guys. Because I'll tell you, and we will be all these people, Isha, Nazu, whoever I shared, they will tell you 100% that all the things that has happened is because of community. Because having likely minded people grow together, do it is a big deal. So a community is a very important part of it, and we are very glad that me and Niranjan have been able to build a community. We had Bangalore meets, we have Delhi meets, we are also having a December Lonavala meet. Work it out. So what are you doing now?
मैंने तो धीरे से नींदों के धागे से बांधा है ख्वाबों को तेरे मैं ना जहाँ चाहूँ ना आसमां चाहूँ आजा हिस्से में तू मेरे तू ढंग चाहतों का.
How many of you have this feeling right now? I wish I was part of a community. I wish I could do it, because This is happening on the 19th. We are going to share this community love with all of you. We are going to be a part of this community. So all of you have to be there.
Yes. How many of you would like to spend one day with us like this?
Online. This time it will be online, but it will be still there. By the way, this is time for your next activity. Before we next 5 days, I want each one of you to pick one person from the community and talk to them. So how will you pick? Just go to the random. I'll show you the steps also on how to talk. Okay, this is how simplifying I'm doing the task for you. I'll teach you right now how you can do this. Either you are part of the platinum group or you are part of the reset group. Simply go here. This is the reset group. I wanted to pick any random person. Don't go by name. Don't go by it. The best way is to just pick up a random person. Okay. And message them. I wanted to connect with you. Simple. You can even tell. Sanchari is forcing me to do this. That's completely fine. But I want you to do this and every day pick one person. Some person you might develop a natural connection with them and you're talking to them all 5 days. Some person you might talk once, but you might feel no connection in them. But I want you to talk to 5 people, either from the platinum one or the reset. Okay, you don't have the WhatsApp group. I'll send the WhatsApp group. Pick any person. Okay, how many of you will do this? See, I told you have to take massive action to do this. I told you in the beginning itself, this is not a workshop you sit and doing it. Network is something you all know you need. You need to have difference. You need to have friends. So it's good to there. Yes, try. Nothing. All you have to do is just go pick up any person from the group. Don't try to read their names too much or ki kaise, who should I talk to? Is it a boy? Is it a girl? Just pick up somebody from this. And you need to do it because when we do the Elevate program, I'm going to ask you just pick up anyone. So like Swati is here. Just message. Okay, just pick up anyone and message. I will be asking you who are the 5 people. What to talk about and all I am not doing. You have to talk. That's exactly the task of it. For starters, you both are joining the same workshop. So you can ask them, what did you learn from it? What was your main core of it? What do you want to learn from all of this?
Right, for ice breaking. We are telling you how to start.
I'm asking you to make friends, guys. You are seeing it like a challenge and everybody's faces have become serious and like, kya de diya? I'm asking you to do something you did on your first day of the school. Go and say hi to somebody in the playground and talk to them. Why did suddenly all your faces go like, kya bol diya yaar, kya kar diya?
By the way, the entire set of activities has been shared to you. You can find it in the groups. You can also find it in the group description. So it is all there. Our entire superhumans.
Because otherwise you're just one person. You have to talk to 5 people, Aswati. So one person every day. So maybe it is Aswati on the second day, you meet a person who you enjoy talking to so much. You keep talking to them for all 5 days. It's good you've made a friend. But talk to minimum 5 people. 5 people, go and talk to them. Okay, now you know it's a safe place because these are people who are in the same program as you. So not random. So which is why, and people is everything, guys. Even in our community, we have these amazing superhumans who have made who we are. We have people who have been, constantly working on themselves. It is just, I think the greatest joy of being Soulflow, of being able to do all of this is being part of a family. And when we say family, it is absolutely true for us. It is truly our family and we even celebrate our birthdays together. So a very happy birthday to Sushma, Ritika, Avneev. Sadhna Dolly's birthdays are coming up and we will be celebrating with Shweta, Akriti, Kaval also. But a very, very happy birthday to all of you. Monday, we will do a deeper celebration to do this. But right now, let's have a small birthday wish for all of you.
Happy birthday.
See, that is why we are also celebrating our anniversary for this, right? We do believe in it, that it's our birthday, that all of us are meant to be in this together. Okay, so very happy birthday to all of you, November born.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
So happy birthday, Sushma, Agni. We have a bigger birthday. We have to plan this well. So to Monday, let's have a small call and you tell us how your year went, what you went. Sadhana ji's birthday is also coming. So I want to have a grand party with all of you tomorrow. Platinum members, we'll do this tomorrow. Okay?
Let's go.
So that is why a community is a big part, guys. Knowing some that you have people who want to believe in the same dreams, it's great. We couldn't choose our family, but we can choose our community now.
When we started this journey of personal growth, we were on our own. And we know how miserable it was, how dark it was. And this is one of our biggest driving force, that we want to build such a strong, powerful community that the community in itself becomes your coach, becomes your biggest coaches. And I mean, we can say that we have succeeded to a great extent. Don't you think so?
True, superb. So we have done 3 habits so far: clarity, energy, and community. Which one of these habits do you want the most right now?
Let us know in the comment, guys. Is it clarity, energy, community? Which one is it that is most lacking in you right now and you need it right away? Which is most lacking in you?
Energy,
community. Right? It's different for all of you. Of course, all of this is important, but you need it.
Astha, I genuinely like people and I believe in it. Hence, it doesn't become very difficult to track for me. And for the birthdays thing, Isha here does a great job of maintaining everybody's birthday list and anniversary list. So I do get help. I told you, it's all the communities together. We are doing this grand retreat on 25th, 26th, 27th in Lonavala. It's all because of help from other people.
Now, the next habit that we are going to add to this is the bridge. It is what bridges your dreams to the reality. And you all want to know what it is? How many of you are ready for habit number 4?
So, when we look at, say, a military man, he is not a good military man because he can shoot the bullet fastest.
Correct.
He is not known as a good military man or army man because of the sharpshooter. He is known so because of his patience. He is known so for his mental intelligence. He is known for his strategy.
Thinking.
So, what I'm trying to say to you is, when you see somebody achieving, it's not just because of a skill or talent that they have. We always think of, say, Niranjan, we would think of he was able to succeed as a coach because his drawing is well. Or, Sanchari was able to do it because her communication skill was good. But that is just one part of it, your talent or your skill. A very big part of it is how you have that inner discipline, that inner code to go through it every day, to practice it such that you become an expert. On Elevate, we will be talking about skills and talents. But let me tell you, skills and talents is a great thing to have. But even if you don't, you can have success in life because of this magical tool called
productivity. Drum rolls. This perhaps is one of my favorites of the habits. Personally, because this one habit, this habit completely changed my life, and so can it change yours. Now, when you're talking about productivity, what we always think of is a to-do list, right? Productivity equals to-do list. That's what you often think about. But productivity can include not just to-do list. Of course, it includes it, but it also has calendar blocking, doing deep work, working without any distractions. That's what deep work is, and automation. So we created this event on a very short notice, and we had like 3 days to do. So what we did, We locked ourselves up after coming back. I was just still recovering from my cough. So we locked ourselves up and we went to a place. We went to our favorite cafe and we sat there and totally involved ourselves in this. Nothing was more important than this. We sent the reminders messages, but apart from that, this one single thing. And you can see the results. Everything from the, we brought our ideas to the PPT, the beautiful slides that you see, which has been created by Sanchari, to the delivery, everything. It's done because we were able to bring ourselves to actually do it without getting distracted. How many of you would love, how many of you think that this is a superpower that you would like to have? That if you could actually do this? We think that there is some special gift or some ability. It's nothing. It is simply your ability to focus. You simply, and see, productivity is important, not just for doing work. It is important for having a fulfilling personal life as well. This is my calendar, mine and Sinchari's calendar for the coming week. So there is time for us, our exercise, our morning routine. There is our art time. There is the time that we use to answer. There is time that we set aside for deep work. There is time that we set aside for learning.
Absolutely. In the
one-to-one classes.
I am a person who does not like their routine like this. I am a person who is like spontaneous, get up in the morning and just live through the day. How many of you are like this? Who the thought of having a calendar like this is kind of being cringe at you. You are like, no, yaar, this is too restrictive. I'm a robot. Thodi na. How many of you feel this? Because that is exactly how I felt like. Such a routine is going to have no space for fun. I will become boring. I will do that. But guys, here's a harsh truth. Here's the stark reality of this. Me and Niranjan, now that we compare with our other friends who go on with this, enjoy much more me time and much more time than any others.
Anyone else.
We are able to watch movies. In fact, right after this workshop also, we are going to treat ourselves with a movie. It's there in the calendar also,
yeah,
right?
It's already, in fact, our movie time has been blocked in the calendar, movie, family dinner time. It is there. The time that we set aside for our learning is there. Okay. When I was in college, I believed in spontaneity so much that I had an aversion towards to-do list. And I prevented anyone from even telling me this, to write a list of things to do, and the results spoke for itself. I learned it the hard way. Now you can absolutely avoid it. We are doing this not so that you can being like someone else or being a robot, so that you can be more of yourself. You're conscious. You know what to want to do. But how are you going to do it if you don't know, if you have not set aside time for it? I'm going to give you a harsh reality right now.
Living means having control over your time, knowing exactly that between 11 to 12, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
12 to 1, I'm supposed to do this. If 12 to 1, I don't do my work and I do something else, I am conscious of it. Yes. Yeah, I had something else to do, but I'm doing this.
You're even setting aside free time, traveling time, and your calendar has to look very different from mine. It is a way.
So I will answer Raki's question first. This overwhelming, once you saw this, many of you I know would have felt very overwhelmed. Right. There's just so much to do, so much to think. First of all, everything when you see first, it will seem overwhelming. Right. That's why you know the task is worth doing.
Right.
For mothers out there, when you looked at your baby for the first time, didn't you feel overwhelming? Oh my God, I have to become a mother. I have to do this. I have to do that. But look back at your life, 5, 6 years, 20 years for you, Raki, case of it, you did a good job, right? So which means that just because it is overwhelming, it does not mean that you will not be good at it or it's too difficult. It just means that you will need to put in efforts to do this. But once you're doing it, it's going to be worth it.
See.
Right? So overwhelming, this whole thing of I feel overwhelmed, I feel it. It just means there is a lot to do. Accept it. Yes. Accept it. Now I just have to work with this.
See, and the sense of overwhelm you see when looking at it, when you actually, I cannot explain to you the peace of mind that I have right now, knowing that I know exactly what all I need to do. I know when it needs to be done. and the peace of mind that my life is in my control.
And the outcome of doing it as
Outcome
well.
of doing it as well is also guaranteed. See, this comes with practice, this comes with experience, but this is a shortcut to enjoying lasting fulfillment in your life.
And Neha's asked a very important question here. Is the same morning, evening? Yes. Because I tell you, now our life thriving, conscious living is every day so good, it's so equal in quality. You don't need a weekend, Saturday or Sunday to recover or to do it. Every day is the same quality of fun for you.
It has to look, yours has to look different from mine. But you need to know what you need to do and set time for it. See, if you don't make a plan for yourself, chances are that somebody is going to do that for you and you're not going to like it. If you don't create a plan for yourself, your boss is going to create a life plan for you, and it's not going to be in your favor. Right? Yes.
I told you, your dreams are your dreams. Only you have the power to execute them. And yeah, of course, when you make a schedule like this, it's not going to be like 100% being able to do it. Maybe in a week, like Rohan said, in a week, 5 days, you are not able to follow it. Or maybe 80% you are not following it. But at least 20% you are following it, right? Next week, you do the same. For example, right now, I made you all set up that alarm, set up that timer in their calendar. Correct. You made it. Tomorrow morning, it will ring, you will not do. Day after tomorrow, you'll not do. Maybe on the third day, you'll get up and do. The probability of doing this is still more than doing nothing.
So regarding there's a question that I noticed, very, very good question. What if things happen in your life that throw you off the schedule? Yes, you're thinking about this. First thing is that when you realize that a lot of things that throws you off the schedule, it is happening because you're allowing it. Maybe someone is asking for your attention, and you know that this is getting a little toxic, but you're doing it because you have not set a priority. That is the first thing, is that a lot of things that throws you off schedule, you can avoid it by setting priority. Number two, even if things happen, we greatly exaggerate in your mind what things could go wrong. 80% of times things are going to work in your favor.
Quickly, guys, this is the nice time to examine this. Most of you are against this fundamentally ki nahi hoga. What is that inner voice that is happening to you right now?
Right now, yes.
What is that voice telling you not to do? What is preventing you? Listen carefully. You have to be able to listen to your voice to understand how it is. What is that voice saying to you?
Voice it out. Let us know in the chat.
You know, scientifically and logically, doing this is going to be good only. The biggest people in world have schedules. Correct. All the people, like, the ones who are the most productive have schedules. So it is good. But there is something that is telling you not to do it. It might be a fear ki kuch nahi hoga, karne ko kya hoga. What is the voice saying? Say it in Hindi. Whatever regional language is it. Lovely Neha. Yes. कि ये सब करने से कुछ नहीं होता, कितनी बार तो किया हुआ है. How many times are you going to lose it? You are going to give up. What is that voice? You first recognize it, because only when you know the voice,
like a robot.
silence it.
Fun kya hai? No fun.
It could be something, be honest, it could be something like, Are, these people have time because they don't have to do all this. Mera kaam tinko kya pata? Is it?
Yes.
I know from some of your faces it's coming ki inka to khud ka business hai, they are young, they don't have children. Inko kya hai? What is that voice? What is that voice that you have?
When we talk about one-day routine schedules, we, from Instagram, we get a lot of hate telling that you guys don't know you're on your own, you have no job to do, and all this happens. We feel sad, not for that person said something rude to us. We feel sad for that person because they are letting go of the control over their life and they're feeling like a victim. We don't want you to be that way. We hold no resentment against anyone who gives us hate. We only feel bad for them because we know what you're missing out on. Strategies to avoid distraction. See, you have all of this, but what's most important is that you are able to execute on them. You're able to actually act on what is said. So there are a lot of things that you can do. First thing is, we often spoke about, we often talk about leaving the phone aside when you're doing important things. We talk about prioritization, setting habits, keeping the routine. So there are a lot of these strategies you can implement on a day-to-day basis. I have just shared them in the thing. Look at them deeply and see how you can implement in your life. We spoke about setting calendar. One very important habit that all of you need to implement right now is the habit of saying no. Saying no to frivolous requests. Saying no to things and people that take you off course.
I'll give you an example of saying no, since I'm a new person in the family and doing it is very often, Saraswati ji also saying, it is very often very sad to say, very difficult to say no to family members. Now, after I started doing conscious living, journaling and all, I realized that my momently saying yes to them to make them happy is making me sad.
Correct.
And this sadness is going to continue and going to measure up till one day I hate everyone because of the pressure they have put up to me. So today I might say yes to going to a family function because I don't want to hurt them. But under I am the one getting stifled and feeling like all the time I'm working for my family only. I don't have anything. This feeling will grow. And one day I will hate them so much that they will ask me, will you go to a family? I will say, no, you people are ruining my life.
The important thing is, if you're serious about this, you need to set aside time and talk to people who matter to you and tell them that you're on this journey and set aside time. Because for us, family matters. So right after this, we're going to celebrate with a movie, dinner. And we have that happening. If this is important for you, for the important people in your life, tell them how you want to work with them. Maybe they might throw a few jabs at you, but you know that you're doing this to save the relationship. Yes.
I'll give you an example of this. Yesterday, we needed to really work on this slide and PPT. At the same time, his mother and mom was having a tooth pain. Okay, so now our duty and all of it would say that we go and take her to the doctor. She asked us if we should have dropped her job and doing it. But we know we would drop her, we will do it to make her temporarily happy to do it. But after evening, when we start working on it and we run late out of it, we will start blaming her because we had to go to her, we could not finish the PPT on time. And that is not a good feeling to have, where on the face you are doing service for them, but behind it you are not feeling good about it.
Feeling resentful, right? Why even have such double standards? Why even have that?
So being able in a position to say no is very, very important. Saying no to your employer, saying no to your employees, saying no to your relatives, all of this. So saying no to calls. You are sitting and taking this class, get a call, say no to them. While sitting, so if you have noticed in the past 2-3 weeks, I have not been replying because I'm on a phone break. I have made a conscious decision that I want to make the next 15 days really big. So I've taken a break from WhatsApp and all of this.
Correct.
So all these can be, productivity is one of these aspects of the 5 hobbies that you can work with hacks. And we will be telling you many such hacks in the Lifecraft program. But for now, this is what you can do. The Pomodoro.
And what we want to help you is, we want to help you set your time, optimize your time and your day such that you're actually doing the things that you want to do. We want to help work with you so that you want to do it. And that's what we are working towards. So if you think what we are telling is harsh, comment in H. If you think what you're telling is correct, comment in C.
So let me also give you a task right now. Just like you booked your calendar, I want you to go to your phone. In your settings, there's something called the digital wellness setting, where you can absolutely set up a timer for your focus mode also. So I'll just log in from the phone to show you.
So just 1 minute. Rakhi, work in blocks of time means when you have something to work on, let's say a PPT, for example, you can work in a chunk of continuous 50 minutes. You can even set a timer. Constant 50 minutes, no distractions, nothing. Followed by a 10-minute break where probably you're even taking time to take a walk, have a tea, maybe answer messages if necessary, and then again come back to it. This is called Pomodoro. Sanchari does that. Sanchari is a master at that. 50 minutes work, 10 minutes rest, 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes rest.
Yes, Neha. So it says that 25 minutes, 5 minutes rest, 50 minutes, 10 minutes rest.
Correct. Break
you choose yours. It is up to you. There is so much of Pomodoro available here. You can choose what you want to do.
Break
okay. So the next task I'm giving you is my screen visible? I'll just show them another. Okay, now you can see. So you go to the settings in your phone. There will be an option of digital well-being and parental controls. In iOS also it might be there. Here you can set up a bedtime mode. You can set up as a focus mode where when you set up this mode, you will not get notifications. The second you turn on this, your Instagram and WhatsApp are on a break. So for example, now I want to turn on WhatsApp. I will only get this app for 5 minutes. Okay. Then you get dashboard where you can set up timers that in a day I will do only this much of work. Bedtime mode where it will your phone. So my bedtime is there. It turns into dark as soon as 10 p.m. goes, so I can't use it. Okay. So this is where, so you can set up your focus routines, you can set up a dashboard, you can set up exactly from which time to another you want to do it. Your phone can become your biggest distraction and also your best friend. Okay. So 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. Beautiful. Lovely. Okay, set up.
It's called focus mode. Correct, correct.
There are many apps available also where your tree grows if you do it. I personally am not a very big fan of using apps and all to do it because I believe the more complex you make it, you add in a concept of an app in it, you add into doing it, you think of gamification, it becomes harder.
So what always works is good old self-discipline and willpower, which is what we are going to be talking about just a while. But before that, we want to tell you about how just learning how to manage your time better can fully transform your life.
And the next person I'm going to talk about you has not been as her life has become my dream now. Because in just this 1 year, she has gone on 2 abroad trips, one to Italy and one to New York to learn art now. And all that self-financing it by selling her own art. This dream, this exceptionally talented person, she was very exceptional. Ramya came to us, very nice, talented and all, but she did not have a control over her time or productivity. She felt either all day, one day she was working on art or second day not doing it. By working on some techniques, by doing on special techniques, she has now been able to bring a balance. And she's gone on 2 abroad trips to learn art as well. So hers is the life that she has, it's not just Scotland. Now New York is also involved in this.
So give it up to Ramya, the artist, who's currently on a break to learn portrait drawing.
So, and it's a big example, even if you're a creative person, even if you say that I am a person who doesn't believe in this, I'm a spontaneous person, I'm in the creative field, adding a flavor of productivity in your life can enhance your life as well. Right?
So
activity number 3 is to-do list that we have shared with, it's there in the group now.
Yeah. So I'll just prepare the activity number 3 is to-do list. Prepare your own to-do list, like very simple to-do list after the workshop starting tomorrow. Even if you have simple things to do, like buy grocery, get milk, feed the child, anything, add all of them so you have a clarity on what is it that you do. Don't worry about time blocking, calendar and everything. Keep it simple, keep it straightforward, rest everything can be acquired. So I'm sharing all the 3 tasks in the group once again.
The this to-do planner.
The to-do planner.
The to-do list. Okay,
we'll be sharing that.
Your to-do list as well, in which you can start doing this.
We'll be sharing the to-do planner after the session where you can right away implement and practice. Finally, that leads us to our final habit number 5. Are you ready for habit number 5? Comment in 5 right now. Habit 5.
Now, habit number 5 is perhaps the most important one, and it was also the most difficult one to explain, which is why I had not introduced it so far. All of the things that I said, for example, go and talk to somebody in it. For some people, it was easy. They're like, oh, I just have to talk to 5 people, I'll do it. For some people, this was like, oh my God, what a task. I have to go to talk to 5 people. How will I do it? Can I do it? Which will I do it? You just gave up on it.
Prepare a to-do list. Oh
Yeah.
my God, this is so much.
Are you A person who is like, yeah, this is easy, I can do, or are you the B person who had to have at least 5 minutes of discussion that I can't do this, ये बहुत मुश्किल है, A or B? Are you like, yeah, this हो जाएगा, ये तो हो जाएगा, or you are like, नहीं, इसमें time लगेगा, इसमें होगा, whether I should do it, what should I do?
They can do, B means they can't.
Okay. Most of you are in the B people and doing it, which is why this fifth important habit, most important habit, it is build your grit muscle. But what exactly is grit? How many of you know what is grit? How many of you know what it is? Grit is what when we started, there were 140 people. Some people are like, we can't miss lunch, we have to go and run away. Correct. Some people are still here, we have something to learn. That is grit. What is grit?
What is grit? How do you define?
So grit is having a spirit. You will do it no matter what. Grit is that ability to tell yourself to wake up in the morning and go to gym. Grit is the ability to tell you not to stop even when you are tired. Grit is that ability ki let's do this 5 more minutes. Grit is that thing that lets you do an exercise, a heavier rep.
At the end of the day, no matter what hacks you learn, what tips and tricks you learn, how many soul flow classes you attend, the one difference between whether you're actually going to get results versus whether you're going to remain stuck in the same place, it all comes down to one thing: having the grit to actually do it.
Absolutely. Grit is that first step, that first inner pull, that inner push that you need is what is going to get you there. Now, some people have a strong grit muscle. Like Niranjan does not need any determination, motivation, pep talk to get him up early at 5 a.m. He knows he has to do it. He has to do it. Some people like me have a more weaker muscle. I need motivation. I need to answer it. I need to have accountability partner. But grit can be developed over time.
And our grit also, the more we practice, the better we get at it. The best part is certain aspects. Sansari, for example, on social media, she's a queen. She posts so much. But I find it very difficult to post on social media. On the other hand, there are certain aspects that I am very good at. Routine tasks, taking care of the classes, and making sure that things are done. I don't need any motivation for it.
Grit is risk-taking ability, trying out something new. There are some people who every time they go to a restaurant has a standard dish that they are taking because they think kuch order kar diya, galat aa gaya to kya. But they don't see that what if I order something new and that is 10 times better than what I do. So do you experience it? Ki how you have gone through, you will order the same thing, wear the same clothes because you are scared. What happens if I buy something else and it doesn't work out well?
Grit, see, everything, like everything else, it requires practice. It's going to get very, very difficult. There is a lot of, there's going to be a lot, if you're trying to do this on your own, there's going to be a lot of resistance towards taking action. But you can build grit. You can do it. And we will be having all the LifeCraft people will be soon coming from with me to start a 30-day grit challenge where slowly on small tasks you'll do it. But for now, for all of you who might not join the LifeCraft program, who think that this is not a priority on their life, they don't want to work at it, I have a mini 5-day challenge for you. Okay? So you will have to do any form of workout. Can you share the Padlet with them also? Share the Padlet board with it. You have mini tasks. Now these tasks might seem very minuscule and very little, but they build up your grit. They build your risk appetite. One day you do something weird and then you realize nothing has happened. Nobody has hurt me. Nobody is making fun of me. Then your appetite increases. Then you are like, day 2, I can do this. So all those who join us for the program, who are joining us for this, you will have to go through these 5 grit challenges. You will have to go through these 5 challenges before you are eligible for the Elevate program. Okay? So I told you the Elevate program is going to be very exclusive. It's a 1-day event. It's our marriage anniversary. And as I thought enough free mein karenge, we need people who are very diligent about it, who will do this. Simple tasks. Day 1, you do any form of workout and you have to share it in the Padlet.
Day 2, you talk to a colleague or a neighbor you have never talked to, share your experience in the group. All these small talks, all these small tasks build your brain a resilience. Okay? Done. How many of you will do this grit challenge with us? Comment in grit. Just chota chota. Do these small steps like something out of your comfort zone. It in turn builds a risk appetite so big that you are able to take. When you start taking small steps and saying, isse kuch nahi hua, big steps will also not take. Lovely. So many grit challenges I have. The 30-day grit challenge is going to start with the Lifecraft program in December. That is going to be an intense one.
So the grit, entire grit, everything is going to be shared to you.
Okay. Now, very honestly, take a sip of water. We are done with the 5 habits. Tell me how much, which one of these are you resonating with? I am done with the 5 habits now. How many of you feel this way? Wow, yaar, ये 5 habits कहाँ से? मैंने तो ये, I am hearing about the 5 habits for the first time and now they're asking me to implement it. This is too much. I can't do this. Yes. So first of all, we would never offer you something that we've not had results with. This is not something like कि हमसे तो हो गया है, so I am going to get into there as well. This is not something like if we could do it, anybody can do it. We have actually seen exceptional results. So a couple of 2 months back, we started a journey called the Soul Book, and we were working on a similar model of what we have done. Okay. So we worked on it and we had some absolute winners. We had some soul stars who were not just able to go through all these 5 habits, but they have shown an exemplary talent and all of it. So I want to please welcome with a round of applause these 2 soul stars who have worked on each one of these areas. We have worked on 5 areas today. Your habits, all of these are people who have exceptionally been able to come out of them. I helped them, of course. Niranjan helped them, of course, but mostly it was because of their grit and all. And all these 5 habits, clarity, community, productivity, grit, energy, they have excelled in it. As a teacher, there's nothing more beautiful to see a student getting better than you at what you do and doing it. And for that, the first soul star of this season is Pallavi. Pallavi is the first person to join any call and the last person to leave. In over 4 months, she has developed such a personality in her. She's a learner now. She's doing yoga. She stopped having sugar. And in her own words, she told me कि March तक तो मैं रुकूंगी नहीं. By March, I will get my ideal career. I will double my salary. And those who know Pallavi, those who are part of the community, you know, it is 100% honest. This girl is on fire. You are here, Pallavi, right? You were there. Where are you? Congratulations, Pallavi. I'm so happy for you, girl.
Thank you so much. I was not expecting this. You made my day today.
You were not. You are doing so much, girl. I am in complete awe of you. Tell us a list of some of the achievements that you have been able to achieve in the past 2 months. Tell us.
Okay, so first thing, since a year I was not, I'm preparing for data science, and since a year, there were always some reasons. Sometimes health, sometimes my mood swings, sometimes depression, whatever. I was not consistent. I started the project. I mean, it's related to my field on December, but I was not consistent and hardly done 1 or 2 months. Then I take a break. But since I joined you in August, and September 5th was the day when vision board classes started, and and it changed my life. I'm till now consistent. I wake up at 4 a.m. daily, and my whatever, I'm a routine follower person. So I follow. I make a I've made a schedule, and I'm following it. So my first milestone was in September. So my target was to complete it by Diwali, but I completed in September mid only. I demoed it the phase one to my manager. He really liked it, and he assigned me, couple of works. So right now I'm working on phase two as well. So, and today also, I'm always keen to learn on technology. So yesterday also I did one task which, like, I used to sit and used to work, but after two or three failure I used to give up. But I sat whole day yesterday, and if there were class yesterday, I could have missed, but thankfully there was no class. So by end of yesterday I completed that, and it's helping me a lot in my career. Like, my first priority is career, but it helped me a lot.
And wow, Pallavi, tell us a little bit about the person you have become, because that's what I am more interested, the person that you have become now. Tell us about this new Pallavi that you've become now.
So the older Pallavi would haven't told one or two sentences till now, and how am I speaking in front of like 100 people, more than 100 people? It's a big achievement for me, and I was feeling little low. I had a panic attack yesterday night, so I was feeling a little low. But now, like, you made my day, and now I'm smiling. I had a fight with my husband as well, but now this time he he don't have to take step. I will go to him.
Wow. Great. So when we meet on this, when we meet in Lonavala, I'm going to give you a proper trophy. As adults, we don't win medals and trophies. Now I'm going to give you a proper trophy to keep. You deserve it. There's nobody here who deserves this more than you. We love it, Pallavi. Keep it up. Ab rukna nahi hai.
I hardly used to read book, like when you took the 5 day classes in September. So there was one book reading session. So since that day, I started reading, and I used to skip reading book. But we had just completed on 3rd November 21-day challenge for reading books. So I read all 21 days. So this was also a great achievement. Like, I finished more than a half of a book. This is first time for me.
Lovely, RC. So that is a big proof that it really works, guys. We are not telling you something based on it worked for us. It doesn't. You put in, you take one step, we are going to take the 99 step towards it. And that is what has happened with even Kavalji. Kavalji, are you there? Yes, she's there. Kavalji, and I'm giving you a very, the fun part of this is that the two students we have of A-star, such two different ones. Pallavi's one is about career. She's young. Kavalji is in her 2.0 life. She has a stable life. She has a husband. Her family is, her kid is there. Yet she felt something was missing in her life, and she wanted to work on becoming an art therapist, an art coach.
And I'll be working with Kaval along this time, as she is going to fulfill her lifelong dream of becoming an art coach herself.
And it all came with an awareness when she decided that I want to do it. We met her on this and we were like so charmed with her. And I'm telling you, once she becomes a coach, it's going to be brilliant. She has so much to share, so much to give it. We are very proud of you, Kavalji. Are you there? Yes, Kavalji.
Yes, Hanji.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Sanchari and Niranjan. I don't know what to say. The way you have made that thing, the on my this thing, profile pic. I don't know. I love you guys, and I love the community, and the community has really helped me a lot, a lot. It's not that there was anything lacking in my life, and it was going on very smoothly and disciplined and in a routine way. But somehow the push of the community, I can tell you, it's really wonders, and I will say wow to both of you. And it has certainly helped in my morning rituals like the yoga, which I used to little bit procrastinate. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it. Like my husband, when he used to be here, he used to say, you have to do, because he is very disciplined in that way. Wow. But then I used to say, nahi, I have to feed the dogs. I have to do that. But I always used to put it the later date. But then while joining your that 5-week class, after that, it has really helped me. Like for everything, for reading books, for everything. It has been immense. Though at times I was not able to put on WhatsApp what I have done as a routine, but I was doing it. a little bit tied up with my things also, but I am trying my hard to give myself time, and I hope with the help of you and the community I'll be able to achieve. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
And there's such a renowned energy around you. You're like, no, I can do this. It's like that day when we were doing the tasks and writing. There's a new, I feel the shift in you. You are like more, suddenly you're seeing yourself as coming out of rest and going into an active phase and working. And it's beautiful to see.
Like you said, ki, you'll help me for learning the salsa and all. So that is also something. I smiled away and I told my husband, like, and he said, wow, you are going it so open.
Absolutely. You're going to do this. You're getting there all
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, community. I love everyone and I've learned a lot in this October year also. From each and every member, the art pieces, their their outputs were brilliant. And I think so. I have taken up points and points, learning from each and every stroke of everyone. It has really helped me. It has given me a kick, I can say.
Amazing. Community is everything, and coming from someone her age, and she's seen the world and experience. So if it comes from her, you know it's true how important it is to be a part of this.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So yes, Asta,
look at this, Atulya is letting go. We are almost done with this. The workshop is almost over, but right now I want to ask all of you. For the next 10 minutes, I'm going to talk to only people who need massive action in it, who are ready to take these 5 habits. So how many of you are in this?
How many of you are in this, ready to actually implement these with us? Comment in MA, massive action right now. Because the rest of the workshop is for those who actually want to play the game with us. And for everyone else, letting go.
By the way, this is from our last week's program and Monday program.
Soumya is letting go. Let go, guys, let go.
It's going to be a full experiential boot camp. It's not going to be a workshop like 2-3 hours. It's going to be an amazing one. But the only thing is it's for selected people because it's going to be harsh. Great. We are going to sit for 9 hours together, 10 hours together. Yes, last time I think we finished at 7 p.m., right?
6:30, 7 p.m. So basically, we are going to do, we have previously done the first edition of Elevate. And now we're going to do the second one. It's on November 19th, our first wedding anniversary, which like we said, we are going to spend it with you. But we are going to offer so much. You see that we have not held back any information. And that's the same is going to happen as well. One whole day to recraft your life. But we want you to set that day. Since we are doing so much for you, we want you to set that day aside completely. No plans, no evening plans, nothing as such.
No, how many of you are ready? Nothing. You sit with us and you do it all day long with us. We are going to talk about core values, your 2.0 habits, how to be happy, how to be successful. Imagine today is just a trailer. The full-fledged of this, how to discover it, how to be consistent. All of these questions we'll be answering for you. We'll help you define what is the phase in your life you are in. We are going to teach you how to grow one step further beyond who you are. It is for coaches, service providers, career shift, action takers, all of you who are looking for some answers.
Correct.
This is where it's going to come from. The answers are going to come from inside you, your GPS system, your blueprint code.
So the event date is from 10. We are going to be starting at 10 a.m., sharp 10 a.m. And we have mentioned it 6 p.m. But consider that it's your whole day, because even after the workshop, you'll want to sit aside, reflect. It's going to be fully immersive event.
It's an event. It's not a workshop. Treat this event like something you are coming, getting ready and going for, because a lot of works will be happening this.
We'll be asking you to dress, set aside time, dress. So like we told you, we are not going to be charging any exorbitant amount for this workshop. We are doing this.
We are doing this because we want to introduce in this challenges. We want to get into there. It's going to be an event where you're going to work on your life one stage at other. This is from last time. So you're going to have a notebook. You'll have to get 2 notebooks for this event. By the way, a lot of rules are there. You'll have to work on a white chart of
2.2.
It's going to be a great virtual event. I think many of you were there in this. Also.
Yes. How many of you are part of the previous Elevate that we did? So for everyone who's ready to take the leap with us, today, the entire event, it is going to be priced not at 10, 5, 4K, 2K, or none of that. It is 499 rupees. And it is complimentary for our platinum members. For the rest, all of you, I have dropped the link right now in the group. 499 only. We wanted to we wanted to do this for free because we don't want to hold back on any information. But then free means you're going to take it for granted.
Absolutely.
Zero account.
I want you to make an investment on your life. I want you to walk away coming from this event at 6 p.m. in the 7 p.m. and saying, wow, this is the best investment I have made. You have my time, energy, and money.
Exactly. I mean, you're going to walk out a completely transformed person. Fully transformed person.
So he has shared the link in the group. Recording, no, because as you can see, it's a 6-7 hour long program. Recording you will never be able to watch, and it's going to be live. It's going to be an experience. There's going to be a board. Can you show them the board? They're going to get a board. We are going to work on it. We are going to answer questions that you have always had about your life, your doubt. So you will need a chart paper like this, and we are going to build upon it one area of the another. We had a bad Delhi experience. Whatever we can do in the offline, we are going to wow. Going to be a great. We are going to answer clarity on who you are, what are the steps you are taking. You're going to build your life blueprint. Like a Kundali, you are going to build upon this.
Correct. So we will be asking you to come in white clothes. We are going to be asking you to be ready with a few key materials, and you're going to have to set your time aside. You can join in with your partner. Join in with your partner, join in with your
family. Last time we had a couple doing it all together. So you will need a couple of things. You will need a dress code. This is the most important. Sorry, this is Saturday, Sunday. You will need to come in white dress code. You will need a lighter and a steel bowl, a big chart paper, sketch pen, and also some sticky notes. So we'll give you a complete list to all those who are doing it.
Correct. So don't come to this thinking that it's an online workshop and everything. You can see that the effort we put in are massive, and we're going to make you put in massive efforts. It is going to be an event on its own that you're going to come dress, attend it offline, because, we can't do it offline at scale very quickly.
And let me tell you, this is going to be the last event of the year as well.
Yes.
So in case you miss it, you will have to wait for another year to get in there, because right now after this, our priority will be the Lonavala meet, and we also have live draft coming. So this is the last time Elevate is happening.
Right.
So if you miss it, you'll just have to wait for another 3-4 months.
This is what you need to reset yourself for a new year. So many of you had said that you wanted, what is Lifecraft? You wanted to join in for Lifecraft. Okay, we'll tell you about Lifecraft. First, come here. Come here.
It is like the
test your grit.
Test your grit. If you are able to do this, you'll do it.
Test your grit before you come in.
Okay. Now, as you all guys finish your registration and all, I had told you this is all about massive action. I want you to take your phone. I want you to go into the group and comment and and write at least 10 lines on what is it that you learned in the workshop and what are you going to make action towards. This is for you guys. I want you to commit to this. I know you are hungry. We are leaving you in the next 5-10 minutes. Don't worry. I just want you to go in there on the groups and write about what have you taken away from this class today. So what are the things that you feel about it? Both platinum and the non-platinum members, this is a new workshop, never been done before. So I'm sure you've learned a massive lot of things here. So comment in. What is it that you are going to do? Achal, I told you, we are going to do, I showed you the syllabus. We are going to get massive clarity on who you are, where you are, what you want to be. If you want, you can see the videos on Instagram also. We are going to work on yourself.
So I have dropped the link in the chat. The group is open. The group is open.
You are going to do a live audit. You are going to learn about what are your skills, what are your talents. You'll be able to create a map for yourself. Who are you? Remember, all of it starts with clarity. Who are you? Where do you belong? What are your hobbies? What are your habits to be successful? You're going to build that.
Because see, what we have realized is that you are learning about habits, you try out a few strategies, you try a few tricks here and there to implement, but at the end of the day, no matter whatever strategies you implement, the person who's going to do is you.
Yeah.
And unless you truly know yourself and you work on your core values, you work on why you behave the way you behave. Once you understand yourself, nothing is going to change. When we realize this for ourselves, we were mind blown. We are like, that's so true. We have also previously been talking about habits, routines. Now we don't do that anymore because this realization came to us. No matter whatever you learn, you're still going to not act on it unless you change from the very root core of why you behave the way you behave that way. Once this is sorted,
Himani, I have got your registration. Himani, Angel, Neha, Abhineet, Shikha, Vinita, Neha, Vibhuti, Rajashri. I have got it. Please welcome. I welcome you all of this. We will share the details. Till then, till the time we do it, you have to follow the grit challenge. You have to do the 5-minute gratitude journaling. Do it all in so that when you come onto the program on that day, you're full prepared.
Right. Be fully ready. November 19th, mark your day right away. Now, you learn how to set a calendar. November 19th, from morning till night, elevate with soul flow. Elevate your life with soul flow. You can unmute. They might have
Okay, now you can ask your questions. The session is officially over. There's nothing that we have delivered as much as we wanted to from our side. If you have doubts about the program, if you have doubts about today, this is your time to speak.
This is your time. Unmute, you can ask.
Astha, I'll share the whole PPT in the as well as the recording. It's already there.
The group is.
So Aswati, the grid challenges, it's already mentioned in the group. Also, we have done it. 5 tasks that you have to do in the next 5 days to build your grid, to build your spirit of resilience a little bit every day. So for example, okay, I'll show you the list only. 1 second. In the group description, Padlet is there, right?
No.
Just 1 second. I'll be sharing with you the sheet where you have to fill up your tasks every day. See, I have now given you enough motivation and inspiration for you to know why this is important. It's now up to you to just get up from the bed, get up from it and doing it. So this is available to you. All you have to do, so as you can see, day 1, the grid task is workout and share picture here. So you will go here, subject may, you write your name. And you'll upload your picture. Do I have a picture of me working out here? Okay. Just like this. Okay, that's it. And it will come up here. You can write a description here, what you did, how was your journaling. The more you share, the more you write, the more points you are adding into yourself. That's all you have to do. Great. It's a set of 5 events and activities that you have to do. Form of workout. Second is talk to a colleague. Third is eat something you have never eaten before. Thursday is talk to somebody on Instagram. And Friday is make a video. Okay, no worries. Yeah, absolutely. Unless you have any doubts or all of it, you can go ahead. This is now more for doubt sessions for all of you to share.
So if you check the group description,
the group description has all these details given in it. So whatever you want, whatever other doubts that you have, you can simply go and put it. Yeah. Workshop replaying, recent guides, all of this are present in your description. The ones who attended on the October 14th event, you don't have to repeat this again. It's going to be the one. It's just going to be the last time. So maybe your last time you did not do it with full this and you want to give it another shot, you can give it another shot. Okay. Any other questions, doubts?
Yes,
Okay.
any questions?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All of it has
See you
been
in
shared in the
Elevate.
group. We will share it again. Meanwhile, what are your
doubts? Can they unmute?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Chalo, guys. Purpose versus corporate. I did not understand, Astha. Can you unmute yourself and ask? This purpose versus corporate.
Maybe personal purpose versus.
Yeah, guys, the session is over. We are just taking doubts. Ask if you have any doubts and all. I'll just stop the recording as well. Sorry.